If you don't have a Wi-Fi garage door that you can control, you are living in 2005 because why can't you control your garage door with your phone? Listen, we live in 2020.
I know.
It's a pandemic. The world's ending. Get the awesome
You're
garage
going to
door.
need a good garage door to keep the zombies out.
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely need it.
Yeah. Also, if it's loud, if you open your garage door, it's like,
You mean if your garage door is loud like Butler was?
yeah, and you're like, why are you living like that?
Yeah, don't do that.
Get the silent package with the Wi-Fi motor, like me and Daniel. Seth's got it. Tony Rage, our buddy's got it. A bunch of
Andrea's dad has it.
Yeah, and maybe you need a completely new garage door. You could save 5%. Just give them a call, 407-710-BDMS.
Yeah, that's a number just for you guys, 407-710-BDMS.
Yeah.
And it goes directly to somebody who's willing to help you. Just make sure you tell them Tom and Dan sent you.
Yeah, actually, if you use that number, they know
They
it
already
came
know.
from Tom and Dan, so you don't even have to do the awkward thing that I hate. Is like, Tom and Dan sent me. They're like, who? They're like, I'm sorry. Yeah, but
Don't worry about it.
you just use the number.
How many times have I done that? Don't worry about it. I go in, I'm like, well, Tom said it, like, and I'm trying to get the hookup. You're like, oh, just tell them Tom's in. And I go in there, I'm like, hey, so Tom, and they're like, well, what's? And I'm like, don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. You know how many times I've done that to people? I mean, throughout my career, it's got to be tens of thousands. Anyway.
I tell everybody to say, tell them Dan sent you for anything. Any reason.
They were like, what? And then you're like, oh, Dan sent me. Like, oh, okay.
Dan who? I don't know Dan's last name.
They'll mainly be polite and just be like, oh, cool, thanks for saying, but they don't know what you're talking about.
Let me write Dan down here. For our, oh, wow, Dan. Dan's been mentioned 10 times.
Like, you wrote it on a napkin on your lunch. I know you're going to throw that away.
I still do that move, too, when people are like, okay, and do you want your confirmation number for your precision garage door? And I'm like, yes, I do, because I'm an adult. Please give me my confirmation number, precision garage door. They're like, all right, it starts with the letter G.
Got it.
Dash 155603 letter S. And then I do this because I'm smart. I'm like, can you repeat the tail end one more time? And they do, and I'm not writing anything down. And then they do it, and I'm like, but I had them repeat it because it's more important for them to think that I'm a good person than it is for me to actually have my real confirmation number.
Also, confirmation number. Is everything digital now? Is just my name? Oh, it's all there.
Okay, let me ask the studio something. You, Sam, and Butler, has anybody here ever used a confirmation number?
No one's ever used a confirmation number. No, it's impossible.
No one's actually asked me to confirm anything ever in my life.
Yeah. Precision Door of Central Florida. Go and check out Precision Door.
Hold on, we're leaving this in.
Hold on, it's a precision door.
I want people to hear.
God damn it! That's because there's multiple precision doors.
Yeah.
We're asking you to use the Precision Door of Central Florida. And I'm pretty sure if
you
just
even
search
precision, bro.
If you just search Precision Door Central Florida, I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
Door, hard to spell.
Do you have a confirmation number for the website?
Oh yeah, that's Precision Door.
See how easy this is, guys? Look how easy this is. At the touch of the flip of a button, you can go right to, 407.
Just call the number.
710-BDMS.
You don't need the web. They got it.
Did you give up?
They got everything you need.
Did you give up?
It's Precision Door for Central Florida.
Yeah, but if it was, you would have said, oh, here I am, but you didn't do it. Where's your confirmation?
PrecisionDoor.net, and then you search for Central Florida. Call the number. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha and Butler are all here. Thanks to Seth for stopping by.
So back to my idea, right? I did.
God, you're really making me feel kind of bad because I don't really have any plans. I'm just kind of jumping on the back of...
Yeah. Well, that's the plan.
They're still doing something.
Some parents already did. Well,
you don't need plans. Andrew's got all the plans.
Yeah,
she's already planned out everything.
Even if I thought of a plan.
She's got next year plans.
You're right.
She has what to do once you die planned.
Oh, yeah. I found that binder one day. That's sad because it looks awesome.
For sure, when she finds you dead upstairs, like you fell off your Peloton, you messed yourself, and then...
a papille.
She has who to call on speed dial. They'll come pick you up. All the cremation, everything. It's all planned.
It's already done. It's like I'm already cremated before I die.
Yeah. So anyway, And who knows if this will actually be a hit or not, but they do like Easter egg hunts.
Who was monitoring this? Did you do this all by yourself?
Yeah, last night I was because Crystal we were talking. We're like, what do we do with the kids? Like, do we just
what do we do with these things? Get them out of here.
I don't know. Where are they?
Honestly,
I don't know.
My biggest fear in life is disappointing them.
Wow.
That's a problem for sure.
Man, I don't worry about that ever.
So I am.
I kind of figured she was disappointed the minute she realized I was her father.
Like if we got to Halloween night and then I didn't like think about it, and I was like, let's just go trick or treating, and then we went around and nobody was participating, and nobody wants to open the door, nobody had bowls of candy, and they got nothing or something like close to nothing, and they're like, man, this is horrible. I would. I don't know. I'm gonna start throwing money at them. Like, what do you want?
It's kind of your fault because there's a pandemic happening, and a lot of people don't want to do that.
Exactly.
So you'd be setting them up for failure.
Yeah.
I'm setting them up for failure, disappointment, and it's my fault. Like, honestly.
May, like Andrea and May are very realistic in the fact, like May already knows. We're like, she's like, this isn't going to be like other Halloweens. We're like, yeah. She's like, 'cause the virus. Like she knows.
Right.
No.
And
she's logical.
She's
He's
managing.
got a couple,
I don't tell my son.
She's managing her expectations. Oh, we give her a virus update every night before she goes.
Got a debriefer.
I run the numbers. I tell her how many new tests, how many new cases, how many deaths in Orange County.
Jeez,
yeah. And then we light a candle. We do a small,
I'm like,
eulogy.
it's all semi-hoax, not full hoax, semi-hoax. If you can smell a fart through your underwear, a mask ain't going to work. I've seen the memes.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay.
Oh my God.
So my
oh my God.
my Easter egg Halloween hunt Kenya. So
you're just gonna have to stop saying Easter egg hunt.
Right. You can just say
we're gonna have to
candy.
lean on like
I'm just telling people the vibe is that the vibe is all right. You're going around, you're finding. So I did because Crystal knows I'll get carried away and I'll start ordering ridiculous amount of stuff, and then it'll be next thing you know $900.
You really are you're the Willy Wonka of Amazon. Like he starts to go nutty because that button. He's just like, I need the glow sticks, eggs. Then you gave yourself a whimsical costume that you wear.
And I'm not looking like I'm ordering a bunch of plastic garbage that it's going to get tangled up in the spider webs. I'm going to punt in the trash. Just add plastic to landfill. Like lots of things that Crystal doesn't want me to do. She knows I'm about to do. So I told her, I was like, I'm going to do all this for under $100 or like right around $100. And then I hit that.
Like trading spaces.
But then
oh no!
At
Tom
the end of
Van's
the
going to
night,
give our backyard a Halloween makeover.
and I was extra happy because it was the first week of gambling winnings that I actually was
right?
up. I did good.
Let's blow those
And
winnings.
so then I was like,
glowsticks.com.
that was cheap though. But then I was like, well, it'd be real cool if I figured out a way to light my pool blood red, so my whole pool was red.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, I need fog machines.
I need blood lights and fog machines.
I'm sorry, but your children are scared of Hocus Pocus. Let's not give them a blood pool.
Well, it's a light. It's just a Halloween themed light pool, and
You're going to traumatize them.
Hold on, I'm going to have to start enabling this because I'm kind of with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to come to the stinky party if it doesn't have a blood moat.
Yeah, exactly.
I think this party's going to suck unless it has blood red pool fog.
Yeah. So then I was like, blood pool, and then I was
You
like,
need fog to go over the pool.
yes, and then I was like, I need to go buy big chunks of dry ice.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
At Publix, they sell it right there, and then I go to a
better
Penguin
at a butcher
or
Lombardi's or something.
Yeah. Somebody a big chunk because if you drop that in the pool, it'll bubble up fog from the.
It'll also look like Creature from the Black. You need an inflatable Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Then I started looking at fog machines, and apparently fog machines.
I have one.
You can't. Do you have one?
I have one.
Oh, let me get one. Let me borrow that.
Let me get it.
You got to invite me to the party.
What are you only? What about Maisie? Is she?
No.
Oh,
I'm going to trick or treat with your sons while my daughter and wife go do their thing.
You could, I need a fog machine because no fog machine can be delivered before October 31st on Amazon.
Yeah, because you waited to the last minute.
I
for the
have
fog
one.
machine.
The last minute.
My costume this year is weird, though. It's Amy from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh no!
I don't know if I'm allowed over.
Look at the BDM show if you want to know that reference.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed
Listen to
over.
that. So
long.
Tommy will like it. But I started getting overboard, and then I wanted the fog machine, and I started looking at like the only ones that were available were like the ones that like a Hard Rock Live would have.
I have a metal one. Andrea's dad bought me a metal industrial fog machine.
I was just about to ask someone to borrow one because I realized that
we can work a deal.
Okay,
we'll work a deal.
So fog machine, red pool. Then now the red pool's a problem.
I know that there are more photos than the original Soapy Butt.
Because
You may toss a couple of those, you might end up with more fog machines than you need. How many fog machines do you want?
There's a lot of photos, too. There's like 100.
As luck would have it, there's a lot of Halloween stuff you need.
Some of them,
And I got a wallet.
They don't have nudity, and I just scroll right past it. What is this garbage? You're wasting your money on these.
Artistic, peering through the palm fronds. Okay, I get it. Leaf.
You got a sheet, and you're covering with the sheet. I'm like, all right.
Okay, White Diamonds commercial. These have always brought me luck.
I just want to see the ones where you dumped them out.
Show us the dump out. I just want to see backlit pubes. Can I just see some backlit pubes? Because that's what all artistic pornography, and I call it that because it's still pornography. All of it is, the difference is, one is HD, that's pornography. If you backlight the pubes, that's art.
So I was also, what I wanted to do is I wanted to wrap my entire pool enclosure, the sides, in like a black plastic or sheets, black sheets.
Now it sounds like, are you running a haunted house?
No, no, because that's what I want the vibe
you want people to go through the blood pool.
Not people, just it's only for Tommy and Max.
It's too much for a 5 and 6 year old dude.
You remember when we did the BDM show at my house? Remember when we walked that way?
Yeah, it was your favorite show.
So that way we walked around the pool, that's where I want the haunted house to be.
Fine, but why do you need the plastic?
Because it adds
to section it off.
Just do it at night.
But
it's already.
But with night and the plastic, and then I could back.
It's dumb. It's a waste of money.
Then you're going to see all of their laundry draped over all the.
That's scary enough.
Well, then the blood pool and the bubbling and the smoke and the strobe lights.
I'm in.
And then I did buy a bunch of cheap plastic bats I'm going to put everywhere. They were like $15 for like 100.
Rings. You need spider rings.
But but they're tiny.
So you're just scattering junk.
All right. But they go through and they find
it's going to be all of about 2.5 minutes. I'm like, there it is. There's the candy. We got it all.
Yeah. I did work.
Yeah, because you're going to spend all the time decorating and then not spend the time hiding the candy.
So now I have an important thing to ask you. That I'm worried. I am a little bit worried about this.
Yeah.
What happens if they rip through the candy eggs and they find it and they still tell you that we like regular trick or treating better?
Right.
No. Now this will be spectacular.
Oh, yeah. Wow. You just remind me of somebody else I know.
Oh God.
The way that you said
this will be the best
was terrifying.
Halloween they'll ever have. This will be.
Are you still sticking with your idea that eventually Halloween will it'll just go away on its own? Poof.
I'm making Halloween great again.
Okay. I'll be there.
What I'm afraid of is that they'll only want this from now on.
Well, then you can't do it.
And then I'll have to do it forever because this will set a bar.
Oh, and then you're going to be the Bobo house on the street that does the haunted house.
Oh, yeah, come on.
Not really that good.
As a kid. And then they want you to come in because it becomes the dad's. The only reason he's alive. He's like, come on in, let's go. And I'm like, this sucks.
All kids and parents are snowflakes now. If you get the kids on the Castleberry side, the parents let them do anything.
Oh, they're fine. I like to party with the Castleberry kids.
Yeah. So,
by the way,
don't say that.
That is a gang, by the way, the Castleberry kids.
I've seen kids come trick-or-treating at my house, and I'm like, where? There's no parents? I'm like, you're a baby. Like, you have a diaper.
The guy
There's no one else around. I looked for parents, and I'm like, you're by yourself, baby?
Well, the diaper's the only reason you know. I mean, his body looks like Concrete Mike. Full diaper. He's like, ooh, gaga.
Yeah. So, anyway, I kind of want to do more.
You reached your budget. You're cut off.
The
only way you can do more is if you borrow it. You can't buy anything.
We have a couple people in the Twitch chat room that are trying to stop you from making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Neo Del Rio says,
Neo doesn't know nothing.
He did the temporary pool dye once. Don't do that. It stained his pool for a very long time.
Oh, dyeing your pool red.
Yeah.
That went through my mind, but even if I dyed it red, and I guess the light at the end of the night, if it was nighttime, just a regular pool light would make it look red, right? But
yeah, you can do a pool. But is your pool light still like the one that like if you
there's
just,
water in it.
Yeah, and if you touch it, it'll fry you.
I tell my sons, like, I'm like, don't get too close to it.
Yeah, if you kick it, it'll electrify you.
It is a blood pool.
It'll be that move where you just freeze suspended in water dead.
It's half filled with water.
Yeah.
And then I go down there and I'm looking and I'm like, it's half full of water still on.
How
I'm
is
like,
that even possible?
How is there water in there?
Yeah.
And the thing's not.
It's like watching a fire burning underwater. It's like, how is that even happening? This is impressive.
It's a lights on.
It's like looking into the oracle's eye and learning the truth.
I'm not joking. I'm going to take a picture and show you guys because it's half full of water and there's mold on the outside. And I'm like, mold? How's mold living in here? There's chlorine. Like, I've never seen mold in a perfectly...
I'm never getting in your pool.
But
it's just on the light.
I mean, besides from the weird light,
it might be oxidation
from
the going crazy, and it maybe the electricity is like oxidizing the bolts on the outside because. It doesn't make sense.
I mean, something's wrong. I never touch it. I always tell Maisie to swim away from it.
Yeah. Well, my son,
one time her raft touched it and it popped instantly. I'm like, well, we're going home. So.
I always do the math. I'm like, if it really did electrify the pool, I feel like we would, feel it enough to get out. It wouldn't just immediately start frying us, right?
Yeah, I feel like eventually you'd be like, well, that's weird.
Yeah. It's like you taste.
That's weird. My pubes are back there.
You know what it tastes like when you put a 9-volt battery in your tongue?
I do.
Like you would start feeling that taste.
Like wife.
Feeling that taste.
Yeah, when you start feeling the taste, and then you get out of the pool.
I'm like, it feels like I'm tasting batteries right now, which...
Yeah, and there's also I believe in all the shim sham construction I've done in my house. They like one of this is but one of the guys that were working on my house pulled out this long piece of rebar that was like 5 feet. They're like, look at this long thing that was stuck in your ground, and I'm like, what the hell
does this thing do?
Yeah, and I was like, what is that?
I'm taking this home.
And I'm like, who hammered that in there? And then he's like, I don't know. And then we threw it away. And then like a long time after, someone's like, hey, you should have a house ground. It's like a 5-foot long piece of rebar that they hammered in the ground. And I'm like, never seen that before. But we threw it away. And I think you're supposed to have it. I didn't tell Crystal about that because I was like, she's going to worry about that for a long time.
There's the truth coming.
I don't remember where it needed to be.
I concrete over. I built on concrete everything.
That's not good.
I can't get it back in there where it was. Now I can maybe I can put it somewhere else. Where did I put it? It has to be attached to something. I think.
Oh my god!
I think it's because it had a green wire wrapped around it.
I gotta look this up.
And it was attached.
Your house is a death trap.
It was attached, and I'm like, pull that wire. Why is that wire? Cut that off.
Cut all the wires.
Who hammered that in there? And then,
all right, the grounding rod that connects the home grounding system into the earth is a long metal rod, usually copper bonded to steel, galvanized iron, or stainless steel. Ground rods come in both 8-foot and 5-foot lengths, with 8-foot being the most common size used in residential locations.
Yeah. That's,
do you want me to save this page?
No, I know. No. Believe me, I looked at it after.
He doesn't want to look at it.
So are you out of the ground rod game? You don't need one now, or like?
I think it was Bracken, our electrician, that he was.
That's it. You know what? I don't think we need that. That's old school.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
I was like, what is that?
That's old school.
Because he was like, oh yeah, he was telling me about I wanted to wire something, and then he's like, yeah, permit. I'm like, yeah, we don't do that here. And then I don't
think you need that.
And then he's like. He's like, well, everything's fine. I'm like, because I think I was talking about, will my pool electrocute my family? And then he's like, nah, you got this grounding rod. And I'm like,
but
what?
you don't.
And he's like, yeah, it's this thing that hammers.
It's the only thing that keeps your family from frying.
Oh my god.
I'm like,
I'll make up for it now. You go to your phone, you type in grounding wire. You just think you can swing through Home Depot.
I'm like, you really need a 5-foot metal rod just hammered into the ground, touching your house?
All right,
that's stupid.
I'm gonna say
it's 2020.
Well, I can't have one. I live in a townhome, so who's got ours?
No, you
don't need one. This is BS.
Yeah, this is old, antiquated. There will be blood that people used to do back in the day.
Big House did this to get a little extra coin.
Yeah.
So they could buy more laudanum.
Or to sell more grounding rod. Big Rod is trying to sell grounding
Big
rods.
Rod's trying to get you.
And they're like, yeah,
Hello, it's me, Big Rod.
everybody needs a grounding rod. So they sell 5-foot pieces of rebar to hammer. It's all
Is this
placebo.
magic metal? No. What does it do?
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
It's you know what too, like the ground wire. Every time I ask
on
electrician,
a
I'm like,
ceiling fan? Yeah. I ask them. I go, why do I got
they're like-
double green, white, green.
I'm like, it's fine. Everybody always tells me fine. The ground is fine.
Did you just go white to white, black to black?
Well,
Yes, you're fine.
Yeah, it's not that important.
Then don't put the green in there anymore.
Yeah. I feel like the ground is for when like Thomas Edison was inventing electricity. Like there's
my copper goggles. I better take these off, and my copious amounts of rings because I play in a metal band.
Yeah. They didn't understand how to harness electricity. It was a lot of safety measures. They're like, you need a ground if we're going to put this.
We're beyond ground now.
That's literally a safety measure.
What?
The grounding rods.
Yeah, but it was back when they didn't know how electricity worked.
That's back when you needed it. The ground is so artificial now that what's the rod going to even do?
Yeah.
Everything's been built over.
There's redundancies.
There's plastic everywhere.
Always redundancies. Like, it's like that Last Breath documentary. Did you guys watch that one?
No, because the last documentary you made me watch was
Wait a minute, is this the one with the radio guy?
No. This is that scary one where the
Watch
underwater.
this documentary so we can talk about it and then not talk about it on the show.
But that guy was like, he ran out of air, but obviously there was just a little bit left in there that he was fine. I was saying, like, it's not.
Wait, you put in a new electrical panel, didn't you?
What, in my house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can put in a new grounding rod.
No, all right. I mean, do I just hammer it in anywhere? That's what I'm saying.
You should ask an electrician.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do it for her. I'll do it when I bring over the fog machine.
Here's the problem. I'm trying to hide this from Crystal, and I didn't want to tell her that at one time I pulled the grounding rod out, and I told the guy, just throw it away. It's probably garbage. And then he agreed. And
well, it said grounding rod on it.
And then because she would
not throw away in all caps.
She would be very mad that I didn't investigate what that was before I threw it away, and I just assumed what it was garbage, and it wasn't for any purpose. I found a lot of things buried in my yard.
Right.
So there's like an old brick, like someone had a brick pizza oven or something, because there's a lot of red bricks. All beneath my grass, like a burial ground of some sort.
What's under the bricks?
I don't know.
Like a tradition.
There was a lot, though.
Well, it said your house used to be a Confederate graveyard. I feel like you built your home. You built your home on Andrew Jackson's graveyard.
And then there was some old hippie lady. Remember, she came and got the bricks.
Whatever you do, don't dig in the back.
Because they were vintage bricks from like the
Vintage bricks?
70s. Yeah. I put them up on Craigslist because I piled them all up.
You put bricks on Craigslist?
70s classic. You know how you could tell they're 70s bricks? Bush.
I'm serious, but this lady. Okay, yes,
No, I remember this story.
Okay, well, Sam, you're too paranoid to do this, but you could put anything on Craigslist. People will come get it for free. You just got to be fine.
You
with
know, we
strangers.
put a dresser mirror on Craigslist. Could not even give it away for free.
It's $2, and you have to put it for $1 if it's a really bad.
Well, no, we actually tried to because it was brand new. It came with our bedroom set. We just didn't want
You
it.
gotta put like magic.
And
magic
nobody wanted
dresser.
it.
Yeah. So there's some things like furniture, anything practical, but bricks and other garbage. Broken,
want it.
Broken hovercraft, anything. Broken a 3-wheeler wheel. Someone will come get.
Oh yeah, anything you want.
It's got to be more attractive to trashy people because that's your demographic.
But I have
audience.
a crushing dumpster.
Yeah. You just crush
in my
That's
neighborhood,
nice.
and I take things in the middle of the night. I sneak out and put things in there I shouldn't, like car batteries. And
Oh my god!
small. I put like wagon wheel, whatever I can find.
Yeah, put full gallons of paint.
Whatever I can
Crush
find.
them.
Anything. Oil, big buckets of oil.
And then it does that move where it's like, we did this at Home Depot. They had a trash compactor in the back, and we used to put fans and other. I put a full Hayward bay in there, and it'd be like, me and the Grizz. We were like,
What is that? Is that a Hampton Bay?
One time we crushed a 1 gallon paint can, and it was like, like it was
Then you have to look at each other.
The motor was struggling, and then it finally squished it, and then the paint shot up the sides.
Yeah, and then you got to look at each other and go, Benjamin, no more. And then you high five.
Anyway, I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
Well, no, I don't. That's how I get rid of stuff in the middle of the night. I take stuff down there.
Oh, yeah.
I even have my daughter do it now, where I load up a wagon and I watch her, and I go, "You can pull it down there," and I let her toss it all in.
It's
fun. It's dangerous.
You can pay the HOA for it. You know, constantly repairing it.
I saw him out there fixing it one day. Pulling the battery out. They're like, "Who can do this?"
Yeah.
You want to do some voicemails and some emails?
Yeah.
We can do that. We should probably, though, if we're going to do that, we should probably...
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha is here. Butler's off to the post office and doing some stuff. Did you want to jump into some more voicemails and emails?
Yeah.
They have a tendency to pile up, and you can leave us a voicemail or an email message. Email address, show@tomandan.com. Super duper easy. It goes to either me or Sam. The other thing you can do, there is a number you can call, 1-844-TOM and Dan. That's 1-844 TOM, the letter NDAN. Or if you have our free app with all of our content on it, it's probably how you're listening to this right now, you can just hit the button that says mediocre messages.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go email first, because I hate neglecting those, and I know I printed a few more either last week or early this morning.
I got some.
Here we go.
Okay. This is from our buddy Joey. Did we talk about this already? His ultimate chopper move?
No, I don't think we did his email.
He says, "Yo, fam, it's Joey. I'm pretty sure I found the point where nerd meets chopper. I can only describe this as an act of chopper maximums. I was at a popular theme park hotel, and as I'm walking up to the automatic sliding door, I raised my hand and used the Jedi mind trick to open the door. Upon realizing the nerd/chopper hybrid action I have just demonstrated, I held my head in shame. After shaking off my sadness, I took 3 steps forward, only to repeat the same damn action again. I'm now 110% sure that a chopper is subconsciously a chopper. You do it without even thinking about it. Thanks for listening. Love you guys. The chopper is strong with this Jedi."
I agree, Joey.
Yeah, that's definitely
Joey's a bit of a chopper.
a Venn diagram of chopping, but I still think that, like, at least with that, you're trying to present, you have magical powers and opening up something, so there's a presentation aspect of it, where I feel like Butler, when he's chopping a plant, that he doesn't...
Okay, I see what you're saying.
He's not even doing it even cognizantly where he thinks that people are looking at him.
We'll walk together and he'll chop a plant as we're walking, and I'll be like, "Why'd you do that?" And he's like, "Do what?" Like, he doesn't even know he does it.
So he's not doing it for attention. I feel like there's an element of hey, I'm opening or these automatic doors, or I'm closing the elevator, where you're like...
You're using your imagination.
Yes, using your imagination and showing other people, like, hey, I'm going to have fun. Look at magic. And I was like, oh, there's a president. Yes. But I do agree that is an element of... That's like if Butler's chopping a plant, you're like the Asperger's of chopping when you're down on the spectrum.
I could say that, yeah. I like that. I like that.
It's Asperger's chopping.
Let's, okay. Hey, no one has ever said that phrase before, ever, by the way, Asperger's chopper. Let's try this voicemail.
Hey guys, I had a question for y'all, since I know at least Dan used to smoke regularly, and I believe Tom did, but maybe he was more of just a party smoker. I smoked a little bit in college, smoked through college, but that was about it. And I know, just from experience, that, like, it makes you stinky, it makes everything stinky. And when you're a smoker, you don't really know the stinky, but I'll see smokers now, like there's a couple in our neighborhood, that still step outside to smoke all their cigarettes. Like, it doesn't seem like a thing anymore to smoke in your house, even if you're a regular smoker. But do you think that really helps? Like I said, I only smoked in college, right? It wasn't that frequent, so it wasn't enough to, like, stain all my clothes and stuff. But if you're a regular smoker, pack a day, even if you smoke outside all the time, does your house still end up smelling like cigarettes, and then maybe it just smells less like cigarettes if you smoke outside all the time?
I think it's a case by case, right? Yeah. Like, I was like in upwards of 3 packs a day, like 2.5 packs a day.
Yeah.
I smoked a lot. But I only smoked outside. I never smoked. Well, I had one apartment I smoked inside, but that was not at my
college.
I
Yeah, because it'll still get in your clothes.
It will,
in
but
your
it
hats,
won't be
in
as
your
bad.
It won't be as bad. No, it won't be as bad.
Now, I will say, this is what I think. I can't give you an accurate answer.
Yeah.
Because I was smoking at the time, and I think anybody who smokes can't smell themselves.
As much, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I smelled like gross, like cigarettes. I think I did. I don't believe my home did. No one ever really, even people I knew that thought, even Andrea would be able to tell you. Because we dated, and I was still smoking.
I was going to ask, were you still smoking when you guys got together?
Yeah, we could. I could possibly shoot a text her and see. I don't think my home smelled like smoke.
When I went to middle school, I remember the teacher actually called me up and accused me of smoking cigarettes because my book bag smelled like the Marlboro Man's wallet.
Yeah. Do you remember when you used to open it and be like, and it just smelled like cigarettes?
So my homework I turned in smelled like cigarettes. So it's so
like
bad.
Opening your gig bag from Wally's.
Where the teacher, I guess, assumed they're like, well, there's no way it's just from this kid's house. Like he's got to be blowing smoke inside his backpack, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just inside of my house because my mom and my stepdad, they both smoked into the house, and they did it all throughout when I was a child. In the car with the windows up,
100%.
Yeah, smoke crazy.
I think if I were rich, I think I would have a house
with a smoking
that was
room?
an exact like replica of the current house I live in that I could just do what I want smoking. Because there is something that feels kind of cool.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't want to crap all over this. Because look, guys, we all know smoking's bad and it's gross and it smells bad. We know it is. But I used to do it. And I'm going to have some fun for a second. I'm going to start thinking about like how fun it would be to walk around my current home
smoking
and have a cigarette hanging out of my mouth while I'm making Maisie a bowl of mac and cheese or something.
Me and Crystal used to smoke in bed at the end of the night when we were watching.
After sex.
Not even after, just smoking.
Like the old cliche.
We watch TV and smoke, and then I was like smoke in my living room when we watch movies. There's a big ashtray. Like, so gross.
I used to smoke in front of my computer. You have like an ashtray here, and I'd be all...
Get ashes all in your keys.
I'd come home. Okay, I'd come home from doing... I was still doing radio, so I'd come home from doing like late night Drew Garabo show. Then we'd go... I would do Drew's show. Then after the show, we'd end at 11, and we'd want to go out.
Yeah.
So by 11:45, I'm at Will's Pub having a beer, and you know, at that point, it was still smoking and drinking, right? So I smelled like Will's Pub and booze, and we get done there. Then I drive back to my apartment that was at UCF. Park my car, come inside. I'm amped from still, being out.
Yeah.
I'd grab another beer, cigarette in front of my computer. I'd fire up the old ICQ, maybe jump in an AOL chat room, talk to some people,
Oh, yeah.
Look at some internet porn, wait for 3 hours for the picture to load.
You never...
Better time.
Yeah, blow smoke everywhere. My whole computer, I had a compact computer. No, it was a Gateway. Had a Gateway computer, and the monitor... was white, but when I moved, the monitor was like that eggshell yellow from my cigarette smoke, poofing it on the white. Yuck.
You never smoked in your car, right?
I have never had a car I smoked in, no.
I smoked in all my cars.
Oh, yeah.
And
I smoked in my old apartment, but that's because the guy before me smoked in it, so I figured I could.
And every one of my cars, the seat behind me would always have little burn holes because inevitably I'd go to ash out the window when I'm hauling ass down the road, and the ash would blow back into the car, into my back seat, and then just burn out. But it would burn tiny holes.
Yeah.
I'd also, miss sometimes. If it was raining, I'd do like a tiny crack. And I would scrape the top of my headliner.
You were one of the hardcores. If it was raining, I'm just like, well, I'll just wait until I get to my destination and I'll smoke. I'm not trying to smoke while it's raining.
My stepdad installed, and so did my mom. They installed
the rain guards.
It was basically a hat for your windows,
man.
and it was a black piece of plastic.
Yeah, my dad.
So you could lower your window.
Like, don't get those. Only Mexicans have those. And I'd be like, Dad, you can't say that. That's racist.
My stepdad found it on some like
Smokers Are Us.
Yeah, I think.
Well, no, you could get them in Napa. I mean, it was
for
just,
sure.
You had a little line of that neoprene pushy sticky material, and you just stick it to the outside of your car.
My stepdad used to collect the Marlboro Miles, and and he used to have it. Like he used to have a big
Like a sun tea jar that puts all his change in?
Well, a big water bottle, like an old, like aqua.
Yeah, every dad has a water bottle, and you put guitar picks and pennies.
Change, yeah.
You have that, and then he had another coffee can next to the water bottle with the pennies that he put all his marble points in.
Yeah.
But then he had a trash bag.
Yeah.
And filled. And then one day my mom was like telling him to clean his closet or whatever. So he's like, I'm turning these in. And then I remember looking through the magazine, and then he's like, what do you want? I'm like,
dude, those catalogs had really good stuff.
And I remember I picked up
the most exciting time of my childhood.
a jumbo duffel bag
Yes.
that I got.
That said marble right on the side of it.
The red one, right?
Yeah.
And then I put my paintball gear in it.
Yeah.
They were good quality.
That's a
it was
song.
good quality.
Paintball gear in a Marlboro backpack. Got my paintball gear
Now that I think
in
I'm
a Marlboro backpack.
I'm sure when I showed up to the paintball place and every other kid like
Here
had
comes old Smokey Joe.
with a white trash kid, all his paintball gear, and his stepdad's marble bag. So then
You have to get the white trash kid on your team.
he got everything else he could possibly get, and then he's like, "What else?" And he only had enough miles, and he got the marble jacket and
The leather jacket?
The leather jacket.
Wow, that was coveted.
Dude.
And it was like
he had a lot of points.
He would have been the king of Deltona. Putting it on.
Did it have tassels?
And
It's like pulling the sword from the stone.
And this was before the days where he had any reference at all about what size it was. And I remember this dude, like my stepdad was a small dude. He like weighed like 145 pounds, but he's ripped. He's a construction worker, carpenter, right?
Little guy.
And so he bought the marble jacket. I remember when he got it in the mail or whatever, I saw him putting it on, and he wasn't telling anybody. He was big balloony. He was so balloony and mad.
Big fat Albert.
He got so mad because he got like a medium, but even a medium on him, it was like a fat guy marble
he's
medium.
petite.
Yeah, and it was so balloony.
This is going to be my Applebee's jacket.
Oh, and we started clowning him hard.
Why were you guys so mean to
You were
him?
mean as hell. to him.
What was the bird he had that he loved?
We called him Eminem, and all this, like we just, and he never wore it again.
Oh, he saved all those points just to not wear the jacket.
And we were all
18,000 points.
Was he bullied him so bad?
What was the bird he
Me
loved?
and Timmy and Jennifer.
What was the bird he loved?
Taz.
Taz.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
you
We
guys
bullied him about
bullied him,
that,
and then his bird flew away. He cried, right?
Yeah. But then he put the thing
Why
outside.
don't you go cry in your Marlboro jacket? Your bird's dead. Go cry in your jacket, you idiot. You'll never be my dad.
He's stone cold, no emotion. Never seen him once ever show any emotion. So I thought it was okay, but maybe inside he was sad. I don't know.
Yeah, of
Who
course
knows?
he was.
I don't know, man. He was a real
I
man.
mean, he died loving you. Like all he did was the only crime he ever committed was he loved you.
I
so much.
half hugged him one time when I left to college, and they let me have a
And
keg
as
of
he's
beer
walking
along
away,
with
he's like, God damn, that hug feels good. I only did it for that. If only Taz had hugged me like that.
It's also
A
weird.
bird I love. TC just hugged me like these jean shorts hug my ass.
Then died at work like a real man. He just worked that. That's it.
Well, it's time for me to punch out. I mean, forever.
Jesus Christ.
That was it. Yeah. Real.
It's time for me to get that time for me to get that.
Tan.
I'm gonna take a vacation day in the sky.
Yeah, tan as hell. Always wore Guy Harvey shirts because he thought they were fancy. Like you could go out to Bahama Breeze with my
Guy
mom
Harvey?
and tuck in your Guy Harvey.
Oh, sir, you have a Guy Harvey shirt right this way. You have a kitchen. You have chef stay back.
I'm like, I've never seen you fish one time. Why do you love fish that much? He's mad.
Why you got a clown on?
Truthfully, the only
He's
reason
mad
I
about
wear
that,
these
dude.
Guy Harvey shirts is I've heard from other people these fish are racist, and I'm into that. How about this? I know something he'd hate.
Hey, Sam, Tom, Dan, Butler, it's Christina. This is a short one, but I did want to correct myself. When I said that the Whopper, the Burger King Whopper was plant-based or whatever, I was being confusing. It is the Impossible Whopper. The Impossible Whopper is freaking amazing, and even if you enjoy a regular Whopper, like, I promise you, it is, like, so good. And they pile on the fresh tomato and the lettuce and stuff. It's really yummy. Does it come with cheese? You have to ask for cheese. But anyway, y'all were kind of going back and forth about it. So sorry, I didn't even know they had like another kind of vegetarian based.
Yeah, there's Impossible and there's Beyond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's Beyond Meat and Impossible Burger, or Impossible. The company is just called Impossible.
And I think the Impossible, what they do is they've somehow figured out how to separate a particular plant-based something that emulates fat and that's how they got it so close, because really all the other, like the veggie burgers and the black bean burgers or whatever, they couldn't emulate that fat that was in a regular meat, obviously. So I think Impossible figured out how to emulate that fat. That's why it tastes so authentic. But again, I wonder if we talk to a nutritionist, like if we ask Michael, because my current trainer, he knows a lot about food and nutrition. I bet if you took a regular Whopper that's meat and then Impossible Whopper, because that Impossible is not really healthy for you. It's a lot of oils and grease. Yeah. Both of them, I wonder if you, like a food scientist told you, like, if one was better than the other at that level, you know what I'm saying? Like, you still get all the other stuff. It still is like, there's less actual grease, I guess, in the Impossible, but I mean, the damn thing's so small anyway. Like, hey, how much of a difference health-wise is it?
And once you put all that other stuff on there, it doesn't really even matter.
The cheese.
I almost lean more towards the way your wife orders her Whoppers over even. Follow me on this.
Yeah.
A Whopper, you're not buying a Whopper because you love the taste of the flame-broiled meat, because I would argue that if you wanted that, then you would just eat a steak or a plain burger. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a fast food treat.
You got tomato and mayonnaise.
It's delicious.
It's good, but I'm just saying, then you're not buying it because of the meat anyway. You're buying it because it's the Whopper.
Yeah.
So just get
So then you go the plant-based or the Impossible Whopper, and I agree. I've taken a bite of one before, and I'm like, it's pretty difficult to really tell the difference. I mean, a little bit there, but if you just gave me that,
if no one even told you and you just ate it,
I may be like, something's a little bit off, but I would be like, delicious, because everything else, the cheese, the tomatoes, the bread, is more than the little sliver of meat anyway.
Right.
It's all a gimmick when it comes to fast food, plant-based stuff, right? Like, they just got into the game because of money, obviously. It's not like they care about your health.
No.
So it's not healthier for you. It's just alternative to meat. And then
it's just give another option.
Then it's just about not killing an animal. Right. Yeah. So that's my wife eats vegetarian because of the animal purposes, not the health purposes.
Right.
And then
I like this. Ghost of Minute Bull chiming in says, "At my fattest, I would order a triple Whopper, king-size onion rings, and a king-size Mountain Dew."
Holy crap!
Mountain Dew regular. Not even
full fat, full fat Dew.
It does sound good, though.
Not even diet for my legs.
Is that why your legs are so skinny?
I get everything large, Diet Coke for my legs.
I don't think I could eat just the triple Whopper by itself. I don't even think I could eat that.
I've had a triple Wendy's.
I don't think I could eat it.
I did just to see if I could do it.
You get drunk.
I did a triple Wendy's. Triple patty, and I barfed.
Oh, you barfed it?
Oh, my barf.
Dude,
because it was just so much fat.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much
grease
fat.
And sodium.
I did it one time after we were playing poker at Jimmy's house, and we drove back to Del
triple?
So Crystal drove.
I just wanted to see if I could eat it.
We used to stop at Burger King and eat late in the middle, like after Thursday Night Poker. I was wasted drunk, and then I'm like, I'm getting the triple, and Crystal's like, don't get it. I got it, and then I ate it all, and I had the worst acid reflux in my entire life, to where
hallucinating.
I thought I damaged my esophagus. Like, I was like, it feels like razor blades are cutting my whole throat up. And
did you just have the triple, nothing else?
Well, I ate fries and whatever else.
Some sort of soda.
But I mean,
a lot of ketchup. I'm trying to think what the acid.
Don't know why.
I guess just the meat.
The beers that he was drinking.
Yeah.
I was S-faced, and then with that amount of grease,
you thought you burned yourself.
So I thought, I was like, well, I can't live like this.
Never eat again.
I have to kill myself because
I talk for a living. And
this is horrible.
Why did he kill himself? Well, he played poker and he got a triple Whopper, ate it, burned his esophagus out.
But that was, in my younger days. And 25, you could do that stuff.
Has anybody had those spicy nuggets that McDonald's was supposed to?
I can't.
Yeah, we don't eat that stuff anymore, right?
Well, I never liked McDonald's nuggets anyway. Fast food nuggets are gross.
Yeah. Do your boys like Happy Meals and stuff like that?
Yeah.
May likes them too, but it's not like they get them a lot.
Yeah.
But when they do, they like it.
Special occasions, and it's garbage.
Yeah.
And when I give it to them, I'm like, oh my God. Like, what am I giving to you? There's like the nutritional value of this garbage. Like, you just eat the box. It's nothing. It's just empty, dead calories and grease. But but they love it, and they like my biggest problem with it is the horrible toy. And McDonald's, step your toy game up a little bit. Also,
They used to give good toys.
The plastic garbage toy, and they get it a lot at McDonald's. Every time they get it, I'm just like, oh my God, because I know that they look at it, they'll be like, yay, and then I'll punt it in the trash literally 2 hours later because they'll be done with it.
There's no
longevity, lasting. There's nothing.
no playability with it.
I feel like back in the day, we used to be able to get like
used to give glass mugs.
yeah, something where you keep. Like I remember there'd be characters like you get the Hamburglar like a.
Oh my God, I got the Bugs Bunny Space Jam plush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
Dude,
in a Happy Meal.
I just talked about this yesterday. Wendy's used to get Potato Head kids. It was a full-on a little potato head with a whole outfit. You know, you had a hat and sunglasses, arms and legs. Yeah. Then I remember they had that one. I remember making videos with the dolls because they were so cool. Then I remember them giving away. You're right. They used to give away like an action figure of some sort.
Yeah. Now I'm not even joking. The other day, the boys got a plastic box that you had to put together. There was some sort of game. Or like I guess they obviously didn't have a promotion with the next Pixar film or anything.
Well, nothing's being made right now.
Yeah. So,
man, the best one I got was that damn video game I got from Burger King. It was an Xbox video game.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. They probably did a promotion with Xbox.
Yeah, they used to have the Burger King video games. I still have all of them.
So it was a plastic box in a plastic bag, and I remember opening it, and then Tommy's like, "Can you put this together?" And I was looking at the instructions. I put the box together, and then there was it. It was like some sort of instructions about like, "Hey, this is a game you could play with someone else." And
it's called Make Daddy Put Together a Box.
It was like roll this. It was like kind of a dice game mixed with something, but it was just a box, and I was like this. And then punted it right in the trash, and then I felt immediately bad. Like this will end up in some island in Taiwan. And people will be
next thing you know, some Hawaiian girls trying to get the Eye of Tafiki because the whole thing's all brown, black crazy.
Quit giving us all garbage, McDonald's. Bye-bye. So, how do you catch the gator? Once you decide you need to catch it and get rid of it, what's the preferred method?
If it's a gator up on the hill, up on land, then I'll go up to it, put a rope around its neck, tie it off the something, catch him, hog tie him, put in the truck, and kind of go on from there. If it's a gator that's out in the water, I'll traditionally use a fishing rod, and then do the same method, catch him alive. And if something has to be done, that gets done somewhere else away from people, because nobody needs to see that. You know what I mean? There's enough idiotic TV shows of animals being tortured out there. Nobody needs to see an alligator if it has to be put down. It's something I try to keep out of the public eye because the animal deserves more respect than that. It's a very sad thing. I've always told myself that when it stopped being sad, it was time for me to stop doing the job. And it just there's no glory in an animal having to be put down.
Yeah. Although you could make it into glory if you wanted to, like with the proper 6-shooter.
Put a wig on it.
We're joking.
I'm not that YouTube hero. That's not me.
Yeah. We're just clowning, Frank. Sorry.
You can dress it like.
I understand, buddy.
So okay,
like Pennywise.
How much does the Florida Wildlife pay per gator? Or did they just let you take it, and then what's a 10-foot gator worth for its meat and its hide?
If somebody has an issue, they call the nuisance alligator program. Then that program issues a permit to the trapper, and the trapper has a certain amount of time to go out to an area and look for the animal. If it's actually a nuisance, they usually find you, and then you take that animal to be processed. And gators the state doesn't pay you anything, and the gators are worth nothing, so it's just kind of something to do.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the way that you funded your business.
It's the way it's supposed to, but it doesn't really work that way.
What, is Gator Rob book?
Well, no. I'm just talking about, I thought there was actual money in...
His book isn't about gators. His book is about Bitcoin.
Yeah,
it's Gator Rob's Bitcoin Bonanza.
Yeah.
How to get rich at the click of a mouse.
That's been the blessing behind everything in Chicago.
I mean, that's the working title, right? How to get rich at the click of a mouse, Gator Rob's Guide to Bitcoin.
So tell us about the Chicago story.
Pretty genius.
What happened in Chicago?
So I was at home one morning, and I got a call from...
He vowed to never talk about Chicago again.
How every story starts, At home one morning, got a call from a lady that runs Chicago Animal Care and Control. They said they had a guy up there trying to catch a gator. which I had been following the story with my uncle. We've been having some chuckles about it, and said, can you come up here and give us a hand? I said, by all means, I can come up there and give you a hand. And, flew up there the next day, met with all the directors of different people in Chicago, and caught the Gator the first night I was up there working, I reckon.
Gator Rob, this is Michael Jordan. He'll be assisting you on this.
Actually, believe it or not, since then, I've been up there and done events for Dolores Jordan, Michael Jordan's mom. I went up there and did a celebrity golf tournament with Joel Murray, Bill Murray's brother, and a lot of different animal rescue events. Got a lot of animals adopted out, and done some pretty amazing things.
To commemorate his 23rd Gator caught, he is the GOAT of Chicago Gator catching. It's Gator Rob. Yeah. Gave me this commemorative jersey.
To present your award, Joe Murray.
So it gave me a platform to be able to do these other things and be able to keep afford doing my job, basically.
So, Frank, if this doesn't pay, what was the incentive when they called and asked for your help?
Everything's about money with Tom. You have to know that.
Okay, but no. Okay, well, I'm being honest.
That's a fair question. Yeah, the incentive was going and doing something good for an animal. I didn't want to see him get up there and freeze to death. My thought process was go up there, save him. Thankfully, my friends at St. Augustine Alligator Farm agreed to take him. And he's living his life out up there like a rock star.
I like that place, yeah. They got gators out at, they've got some over at Concouse, too, the babies.
I'm just saying
true,
that
they do.
If someone asked us from Chicago, I'm trying, we know, when do we know someone who does a podcast?
We got a bunch of listeners in Chicago, yeah.
So, but say, there's another, one of BDM that has starting his own podcast in Chicago. It's like, hey, I can't figure this equipment out. Will you fly out and help me set my podcast up? Or be like, sure thing. Never.
We know a guy that did that.
We do know a guy that did that. But
has done that.
You're doing it for money.
Well, I didn't get it, though.
Yeah. But the whole point is, I can't believe that you were
I wonder if Gator Robert go catch Corey Holcomb.
You bought a plane ticket.
Was it him or Aries Spears?
It might have been Aries Spears.
And so
they did pay my expenses and paid for my time up there. Not very much. But they did pay for my expenses up there. But it took a few months. But my whole thought process was going up there and doing something good for that animal. I wasn't worried about getting paid or not getting paid.
That's awesome, man.
He's a good guy.
And then you became like a kind of celebrity up there. And tell us, how did they start calling you Alligator Rob?
That was just something that happened, and I rolled with it, I guess. I don't know.
Like a Paul scenario?
Did you start doing local news and they're following the story because local news loves? And
I've done the Rokon show. I've done every kind of radio show and TV show you could possibly imagine up there. Late night TV shows. WGN's even came down here a few times and followed our research. Because I do a lot more than just nuisance alligator trapping. I do a lot of endocrine research where we look for heavy metals and toxins in these animals. Actually just starting one with NC State. They're going to be down here for a year. We're going to be looking for flame retardants and, the things that make people sick, because the alligator's a sentinel species for our health. They're being an apex predator. They're like a floating file. And whenever you take that information, their blood, their tissue, their urine, you're finding out what's happening in the environment around you, what the problem is and how to fix it, and hopefully make people healthy again. You're trying to make a difference. The whole thing is trying to make a difference.
I can't understand anything you're saying because you're not selfish.
You know what's interesting is that, in Chicago, probably not that many alligator professionals and
he's one
trappers.
Of one, yeah.
So then everybody's like, "Whoa, look at this guy! He's an alligator." But in Florida, every 10 person I know is associated with alligators.
That can get alligator.
Yeah. Every other person in Florida is somehow.
And the funny thing is,
associated with alligators.
You start with yourself. You're like, can I do this? Probably not. I'll call a professional.
Yeah. But it's like if you grew up in Long Beach and talk about surfers or something like that, like the skateboarders. It's like, okay, yeah, but you go to Nebraska and you're like, whoa, you're a surfer? It blows people's minds.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So that whole Chicago incident helped your brand and made you kind of put you on the map. Did it help your social media and everything?
Yeah, it's helped. It's helped everything across the board. Like I said, I've just been trying to push as many of these blessings I've got from this back to everybody else along the way, because it's a lot more than me. Like you said, there's a lot of people that do what I do, maybe not as well, but there's other people that do it. There's other people they could have probably called that would have went up there and tried. I don't think they would have worked it out, but it's all been it's all a true blessing and a lot more than me the whole way through.
Frank, so I grew up down in Miami, and they had like the Miccosukee Indian tribe, and they had a bunch of different, like, they would put on shows with alligators, and people have seen it online and stuff, where they
alligator riding a unicycle.
They put their head inside an alligator's mouth, and you've seen some videos of every once in a while, like a bead of sweat would drop, and the gator chomp the head crazy. So with that trick, what they're doing,
you just got to live with a gator on your head.
Is they can get the gator's mouth open, and if you're in front of the alligator, it's not going to lunge forward necessarily if it's on land, right? So then they know that that gator will just keep its mouth open. Like, what are they doing there? The trick to that.
The trick to that is they use a gator that they've been working with since it was a youngin', since it was a pup, and those it's like putting a leash on your dog, basically. That's for entertainment. That's not real life.
Of course, yeah. No, I just was curious to, like, a real
alligator in the wild will eat you alive. You try to do that.
Right.
If you got one that's picked off on land,
gator,
it'd be a different story. Yeah.
Me and my daughter have a good feeling about the one we captured last night. I'll be the judge of that. I don't need you with your big nose, know-it-all and around over here.
Another thing, Frank, have you ever seen a gator? When we grew up, every Florida redneck kid was told by their parents, if a gator ever chases you, to run zigzag, because the gator's tail can't cut like Barry Sanders or something. Whatever.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It's
like a Hayabusa. It can only go in a straight line.
And then
that's one of my favorite myths.
So we all heard that, and then you know how mad I am at all 80s parents for being so stupid, because this has never happened, and why did they even think that was a possibility?
Here's the facts: our gators are twice as fast in a zigzag pattern.
like we've only seen gators launch themselves out of water to try to get like a prey that was on the banks, like that
right.
One launch, and then that's it. Like, they may slowly walk forward, but not chasing you, running forward. So where did that come from?
Fear.
Who in the world knows? But the thing is, mathematically, if you're thinking about it, if you're running in a zigzag and something's running at you in a straight line, you're just making the path shorter to get to you. You know what I mean? It's kind of silly if you really think about it. But I've heard that one for years. I've heard they can't back up.
I'm going to have to draw this up.
I've heard a lot of silly ones over the years, but the zigzag thing's probably the silliest one. If a gator's going to take you, if a gator wants you, and you're within 10 feet of the water, there's going to be no running away. Thankfully, alligators aren't built that way. There's other species of crocodilians that are built that way that will be happy to murder you, but thankfully, alligators that's not their jam.
So going back to how normal, like let's say you obviously have garnered some fame from the Chicago thing and all, like, so you have a name to yourself. So
You're Big Gator.
You could write a book and things. But other trappers, if you say there's no real money in the actual meat and hide, even if you get a gator, are a lot of these trappers just doing it part-time for something? Like, how do you make a living doing this?
Yeah, they're calling the trappers nowadays, they're referring to them as hobby trappers, because it's something that they're supposed to be doing on the side. The truth of it is, when you take on a job like this, it's 24/7, 365, so you have to always be on call and ready to go. So a lot of the guys are retired firefighters, retired military, stuff like that.
That's kind of how I feel about this job. Anytime you guys need somebody to, not take anything seriously, I'm there, and it's 365, always on call. I don't even look at it like a job, really. I look at it like, I have to do this, because if I don't do it, then the world suffers. I feel like it's more of a positive curse.
So last question, because I know that you love alligators and
he never said that. He never said he loves alligators.
When I caught that alligator,
I love alligators.
Okay, now he said it. Now I've heard it. Now
It's official statement.
That's confirmed.
And then I know it's a federal crime
gross.
because it's molesting the wildlife, but I'm not hurting it. I grab it by its tail.
Well,
I know
it's probably you're hurting it. That's hurting the wildlife. This is molesting.
Right.
I'll probably, but I think they make that law.
Molesting is the term.
Yeah, you're scaring it. You're making its gator. You're making its gator
You want
anxiety.
someone grabbing your butt?
Okay,
randomly?
all right.
I do. I wanted my butt grabbed last night, and I got nothing.
But they make that law to protect
you guys
me,
are right.
not the gator, because I'm not
How
hurting
selfish
it.
of you to think that they're doing it for you.
Well, because they don't want...
Maybe they care about the wildlife as well.
They
Let
don't
me
want a
grab your
bunch of dumb rednecks getting bit by alligators, so they, but I know what I'm doing, so I...
When's the last time
Yeah,
had
you know what you're doing.
Last time you had your butt grabbed, Gator Rob?
I was just saying, if you...
It's been at least a day or two.
that gator was fine. I grab his tail, I hold it down for a second, it goes back in, it goes about its
What
life.
if I told you it died instantly after that? From the amount of sun casts
family
and
shunned
Cheetos
it.
that were on your fingers.
It's not like a baby bird.
Yeah.
It's not like the mother abandons it after you
The
touch
amount
it.
of Marlboro mediums and Sunkist that was leaching out of your fingers poisoned the gator. He died. He crawled right in the ravine dead.
I like a good marble medium blue.
I do too.
Marble
Blue fat.
medium.
Blue fat.
Yeah.
Don't go red. You'll be dead.
Yeah.
Gotta go
It's got
green.
just
blue.
the right
Gotta go
amount of
blue.
menthol.
Yeah.
Nothing too crazy.
Blue wave. Not me. I'm just saying. Never mind. It's a joke.
So, Frank, besides from your book, how else can like a famous gator trapper make money? Like, do you do other media stuff?
Do you do like a kid birthday party where you bring a gator out?
Oh yeah, that's big money.
I do educational programs for state, federal, and local governments for schools. I do a lot of different Zoom programs since the whole COVID thing around the
Yeah,
country.
he's been doing Zoom classes.
Trying to bring a lot of good awareness to the animals. Yes, sir.
Okay, so
He's a good guy.
I'm trying to find
everything. We're like, yes, sir.
You can't find anything bad.
Yeah, well,
What's your opinion on women?
wait until Gator Tom's on.
Yeah.
Part-time.
Gator Tom.
I'm a full-time podcaster, part-time gator wrangler.
Don't
No,
do this.
look,
And
you
then
don't have time for that. I went on the gambling page yesterday. Dude, if you put the time into writing comedy with me that you put into these, I mean, it is a 4-page dissertation on the lines and what he's thinking, the pundits he talked to. It's insanely
It's
good.
my hobby.
It's great.
That's what I enjoy. All this, Gator Rob,
yeah.
just going through the motions.
I know. I'm not impressed with Gator Rob either. Oh, he's still on the line. Rob, I am so sorry. Rob, thank you for being here.
You weren't supposed to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm
you were
joking.
supposed to Sam, put him on hold next time.
You guys are right.
Damn it.
So, but
I have heard your show over the years, and yeah, I do appreciate you guys. You guys are right.
What does that even mean? You appreciate it.
Y'all are not new to me. Yeah.
The evil in the world is not new to me.
so
And I need to give a shout out too for a local podcast I've been part of here recently called Adjust the Mic Podcast.
Yeah, that's how we got
They
this.
speak the world.
No.
They speak the world to you guys.
Who brokered that deal?
yeah.
I did.
Pay for that.
No. That's
Just
too
the mic.
hundo. That's too hundo.
You guys know Scott.
Yeah, how about you adjust your wallet and give me some money?
Yeah. This
Adjust
I'll
the
have to
mic.
I'll take you guys on a ride along anytime you guys want to go for a ride. You let
A
me know.
ride along.
Oh,
Cops do
all right.
ride alongs. What? A ride along with you? I'm just sitting in your Corolla. We're driving to Chicago.
Can you let me catch a gator? I'll show you I got the goods. I haven't done it in 20
I'll let
years.
you observe. I'll let you observe.
I
And
don't
I'll
think you can just do
observe.
that. You have to be licensed.
I'll ride along and grab your butt.
I jumped off an airboat when I was when my head shaved like King Kong Bundy's son from some radio
right,
band. And
I threw a frog into a burning building one time.
So, all right, Frank. Is there any other way you can monetize this besides, where's the money, Frank? What are you doing this just for the love of it?
Tell me why.
To help some alligators?
God. And to help Adjust the Mic podcast, wherever
They
podcasts are
did. They
found.
did make an alligator Rob bobblehead. That's true.
Did they really?
Oh, hold on. Get us
Yeah,
one of those.
I have a bobblehead.
Oh,
I
give us
bought
the
a
connection.
I bought a bobblehead today. I can't talk about
Yeah,
it.
you did.
And Tom is mad at me.
I told him, I was like,
I said, don't put that on my desk.
Yeah, I told
And I
him. Well, you put on Butler. I just put on Butler's desk.
I bought, remember the Barry?
It's problematic.
You know the porn star Barry, the big black guy with the mega uncircumcised ween who died of COVID, I think.
No, he didn't. die
I
of
bought a
COVID.
bobblehead of him, and
He was popular during
Other things bobble too.
the beginning of COVID. It was
Yeah.
just like you put that guy everywhere, and then he died, and people felt real bad.
Yeah, I felt really bad.
I don't know what he died of, but
I
it's
he
don't
like,
got eaten by an alligator, I
some
heard.
sort of like. Heart problem or something. Like
His sock fell off and he died.
Yeah, that was abnormal. Anyway, so Frank, how do you monetize?
well, now
this?
he's trying to sell a book, so but go buy
Just
his
the
book,
book?
so he can
And the
make some
book's
money.
a free download, right?
No.
I have an ebook and a paperback book. Yes, sir.
How much is the ebook?
Ebook's $5.99.
How much the paperback?
$20.
All right.
I'll take one ebook.
Do you voice the ebook?
No, ebooks are electronic.
It's not an audiobook.
Dum Dum doesn't know what.
I am working on an audiobook version.
All
too.
right.
I don't know about books. I'm
know.
not
We
bookie Tom.
know.
Is a electric book the one going ears or one still make use eyes?
If you need someone to voice your book,
Don't call us.
I can do that, and just got to cut me into the audiobook monies. But I'll Daniel will sit here, he'll produce it, he'll record me, I'll read the whole thing.
You can't read.
Yeah, but I'm gonna kind of.
What's the name of your book? I'll plug it. What's the name of your book?
Our American Alligator.
It's Our American Alligator, read by Thomas Van.
Yeah, I'll kind of.
That actually sounds pretty amazing.
Written by Alligator Rob.
Yeah. I'm not gonna.
Chapter 1.
I'm gonna kind of breeze through it and then get the gist, and then I'll tell your story.
Oh my god!
Based on what I know about alligators. I know a lot. I did a third grade report on alligators. I've been around alligators all my life.
Wow, man.
Alligators.
And I caught a bunch of alligators. I got the goods.
Go Gators.
Yeah. And then, so I'll tell you about alligators, or at least in the book.
Yeah.
I'll,
Sounds good.
tell you how to catch them.
It's less of a audiobook of your book and more of a companion to your book.
Oh, the Grizz one time caught a 3 or
Sounds like a riot.
4 foot alligator, grabbed it by his tail. It spun around, bit his arm when we were out there at.
And that's why you don't do that kind of stuff unless you're a professional.
And then we're like, oh, that's gonna get infected. We're pouring beer on it. We're out. It was on Peace River trip.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, this is bad. And my uncle almost died because an alligator bit his thigh.
Oh my God!
seeing a pattern here.
And then
Wow.
it got infected, gangrene. He was like,
I threw a cigarette.
in the ICU.
I threw a cigarette butt to the gators at Congo River, and they ate it. I'll put that in the book.
All right, you'll be my
I'll voice that in the book.
Yeah. I'll be like, and now Dan Dennis.
One time, Dan Dennis was on a date at Congo River Golf with a girl that he eventually would not marry. While attempting to go loads for sexual gratification, he threw a Marlboro Medium at a small gator, who then in turn ate the cigarette, probably dying. Back to you, Tom.
That sounds like a start to a
Thank you,
murder
Dan.
mystery.
So let me tell you about catching a gator.
Yeah, this is
You
great.
grab the tail, you slowly
Sit on
move
it.
And then you put you can hold a gator's mouth shut with 2 fingers, but it's got the bite pressure of just like crush a beer can.
I've seen
I
them
can
pop
crush a
tape
beer
before.
can.
No, a full beer can, unopened.
Open or-
Unopened.
Oh, okay.
And,
A nozzlito or a big one?
Yeah.
No, big.
Tall boy?
With,
16
Bud
ouncer?
Regular.
Oh, Monster Energy White?
Oh.
Titusville champagne.
Yes.
If you put a Titusville champagne can in a gator's mouth, it will crush it good.
Also, the caffeine will make it the yellow eyes swirl out. All right, Gator
Frank.
Rob, you are our winner.
Thanks.
You know what? That's the least polite thing you've said all day.
Hey,
It was a thanks. It still was a thanks.
No, I appreciate you all having me here. Thank you guys very much.
Plug your website, your book, and your paperback.
You can go to alligatorrob.com with 2 B's, ROBB, or EEARSS.org. It's all pretty much all on there. It's Our American Alligator. It pretty much covers everything: anatomy, physiology, nesting, safety, and myths you ever wanted to know about the American alligator, with pictures from the work I've been doing over here in Brevard County for 25-plus years. So
Well,
it's all there in one place.
certainly a pleasure and an honor having you on the show, man, and thanks for being such a good sport, okay?
No, it was a blast, guys.
All
Thank
right,
you all
man.
very much for having me.
Take
Thanks,
care.
Frank.
See ya. What a cool guy.
Yeah, you know what's he's so nice,
So
that
nice,
we would.
yeah.
I felt so bad
Why?
for setting this up.
No, he
This
likes...
man actually cares about
Look,
these
me and
animals.
Daniel's
Let me teach you
bullying
something. Let me teach you something.
Tingles
These kind of guys, they love this kind of thing. That guy feels like I literally just made love to him right now. Because he can't do this. He can't do what we do. So we get him in here.
He doesn't want to do what you do.
We have a little fun with him. You know, that guy he's on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah. We made his.
We
week.
made his week. We
Yeah.
really did.
We made his year. I'll say.
Maybe longer. I mean,
Yeah,
this has been a rough year. We made 2 years, I feel
Also,
like.
you got more publicity through this than
Oh,
you
yeah.
ever did in Chicago. Being on...
Oh, yeah.
It was, yeah,
I think he was on Good Morning America. So.
He's
and
fine.
he also
No
did
one
watch pitch at a
watches
Cubs
that.
game.
no one watches TV
Yeah.
or baseball.
This will be the single greatest thing he's ever accomplished.
Was he on Rover's Morning Glory?
Yeah.
If he wasn't, then he got
he's
nothing.
I don't know
Either
what that is.
Rover or nothing. Every morning when I get up, I go to YouTube, I type in Rover's Morning Glory just to see see what they've had on, and then I watch it. And I say, oh, who's that? Who's he got in today? Who's Rover got? My God, is that Andy Dick? Is he back doing stand-up during COVID?
And me and Daniel researched the same comedians for years, and it's always
Yeah, I'm like Rover's Morning Glory, Breakfast Club. All right, here we go.
All right, tell you. Okay, got a good story there. Yeah.
Orlando Improv, do you ever get any white comedians on? My God.
All right. Oh, bye-bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's at the post office.
You know how to plug? Go to tomandan.com, and if you, up on the top, there's a bunch of different
There's an
pages.
X. Hit the X and close out your browser. Get off the computer.
Yeah.
Go
And
outside for a second.
click on hookups, and we have dozens now of different small businesses around Central Florida and beyond that offer discounts to Tom and Dan listeners, and the hookups there, and all the information
Yeah.
is there.
There's some really good stuff on there.
We got that new a cookie dough
Monster dough?
Monster dough,
Monster
yeah.
dough in Mount Dora.
BDM owned and
Yeah.
operated.
And we sent them some stickers. So
Well, they can send us some cookie dough.
yeah. It's a Monster dough, and there's a bunch of
I'm
different
shameless
hookups.
today. I don't even care.
Yeah. They're,
Just sounds delicious.
and Thompson Gas if you want some
Shout
propane.
out to them. Yeah.
I
Emerald
need to get
Plumbing.
some
I believe Emerald's on there.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Boy, those guys are fast.
And there's a bunch of different
Yeah.
stuff.
So check it out.
Yep.
It's definitely worth your time.
So as you guys know, throughout my career, if you want to call it that, I've borrowed a lot of stuff from listeners of the show that I was on. You know, I say that because either this show or a prior radio show or whatever show it is, I, borrow a lot of stuff from the people that listen to it. And I believe that it's a win-win situation for everybody involved. Follow me here.
Okay.
Because I
hate it when you say follow me here. I don't know where we're going.
I don't know. That's why.
I'm
It's
inching
blind.
forward, but I'm hesitating.
I would blindly
prefer
follow
that, like,
me.
before we start, you're like, this
No.
is where we're going.
No,
and
no.
then if
I
you
don't know
go
where I'm
follow me
going.
here, I have the opportunity to go like, no, sir, I will not.
I never know where I'm
Stranger
going.
danger. All right.
You have to blindly follow
I'll
me.
hold your hand. Here we go.
And trust I
I'm
know
trusting.
but I don't know where I'm going, but you just trust that I'll get there.
Yeah, like if you if you were in the band Whitesnake, you'd say, I don't know where I'm going, and I also don't know where I've been. That's the way the lyric would change.
Be like, what's wrong? You got dementia? What's wrong with you?
I'm a crazy person. My mind is farting out.
Anyway, so I look at it like I'm looking for, I talk about something. I wish I had this. And then I get an email from a listener. Be like, I have that.
You're like Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents when he goes, I wish I had all the gold.
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
somebody emails like, here you go.
Doing this job is like I have a magic genie, but a bunch of genies.
Yeah, and they're all fat.
a bunch of redneck genies out there.
Middle-class genies.
and then they grant my wishes.
Yeah. Well, when they can. A lot of them are working overnight genies, and you got single parent genies all over the place.
And whatever I say on this black thing that I talk into.
Oh, that's a microphone.
But it's like my personal genie lamp.
Yeah.
All right. And so
it's your genie screaming.
It's
a scream genie.
So I talk into my genie lamp. And then some genie grants my wish on it.
My sons want 4-wheelers, big fat redneck genies.
And then I often get and here's the thing, it sounds selfish.
And I never ask for anything on the show.
I know you wasted your life.
Well, I'm also people don't know this about me, and I'm okay with it now that it's 2020, and I feel like you can be a little more outward about how you actually feel about things, and I shoot from the hip, and I am racist against genies. I hate them.
You're a genius.
I hate genies.
So
and Tom's goddamn genie lover over here.
So anyway, I look at it like the listener gets to loan.
Yeah, but you never give anything back.
No, I give something. If they don't want it back, I don't give it back.
Yeah, but they don't want it back because normally you break it.
No, I don't break it all the time.
Most of your stuff in your home is broken, including your home.
yeah.
Like, it's like all broken.
Yeah, I don't know.
Name one thing that you have that's perfect. Name one. This is a serious
he did
question.
just redo like his kitchen.
Not
and stuff, so
perfect.
that doesn't count.
I've already ruined
I
it.
saw a couple.
Yeah.
Photos,
you already ruined it.
Well, not totally, but it's just
Some marble
there's
chips.
blemishes. Yeah, there's
tile
like
broken.
little dings and dangs. Anyway,
Dings and dangs.
yeah, it's never.
Digs and Dangs is also the food truck he's starting. That's just wings and fries. All right, what's up, Dings and Dangs here? Wings and fries. Dings and Dangs, wings and fries.
To answer your question, I have nothing this perfect. There's nothing that I have that
you know what?
kept in perfect condition.
But you were honest with me, and you know what? You're wrong. You know what's perfect?
What?
Our relationship.
That's not
Come
true.
here. This is what being friends is all
That's
about.
the most messed up.
Put it right here, buddy.
That's the most.
You know what? I love you, you big scamming son of a bitch. Give me a big kiss on my face.
Anyway, my new thing is I've been asking for a fog machine, as you know.
We do.
and mine was broken, and then he yelled at me via text.
Yeah.
Tactical hat.
I don't want it.
And he's like, you
Yeah,
dumb.
okay, well,
he's
this
like,
is
you dumb, and then a bunch of curse words, and he's like, you lied and said that it worked, and I said it didn't
Did the
work.
last time.
yeah.
used
Back
it.
to why I think it's even is because the listener has this thing that I imagine they wouldn't let me loan. I did this with a trailer last year when I went to Brooksville too. I went to borrow the trailer, used it for the weekend, brought it back, perfect. Didn't ruin it,
Broke your tail light.
didn't break it or anything. And then
Put a whole new kit in the bag. You just have to put it on.
And then I give them like a straw hat or whatever Tom Dan
my
merch I have in my truck.
We're running out of straw hats to give away.
I gave
here.
away a
And
straw
then-
hat the other day.
I
You want a
know.
blue hand straw hat?
It's a win-win because they get some Tom Dan merch. I mean, they just lend me their thing that they have that I needed, and then they have a story to tell, like maybe someone.
What's the story?
Like, hey, I
Oh,
lent.
man, I'd sit for that story. Gee, one time, Tom drove over. His wife was yelling at him, and he hooked up this trailer, and then he threw some straw hat at me while his kids were yelling at him.
But I imagine that they.
By the way, most BDMs have that story at this point because they've all lent you something.
yeah, and
like-
also
or
most
helped
PDMs
you out.
It's like
most
Tommy-
PDMs have a free straw hat.
It's like Tommy Gilligan's like, hey, I remember that. He tells other BDMs like,
He 100% does not.
I took Tom to
He's
his
embarrassed
Pop-Pop's
for
house.
you.
Yeah, that is
When he
embarrassing.
was blacked out drunk, and I dropped him off at his Pop-Pop's 90th birthday party.
He embarrassed
And,
himself. It was the last thing he did in front of his pop-up before he passed away.
And then
He embarrassed himself at his 90th birthday party.
And then,
a week later,
he had to
his world
drive
changed.
out of his way and a bunch of gas money, but he's got the story that lasts forever.
Didn't he
how
puke in his car?
No, I didn't puke in his car. I did come to in the middle of it. I thought I was being kidnapped. No. No, I was
I
like,
heard that differently.
I came out of my haze, and I was like,
Hey!
what? And I was like, what's that? And then I'm like, oh, Tommy. And then I'm like, where are we going? And do we
Where are we
need?
going?
Wait a minute, that's what I just asked you at the beginning of the segment.
And do
And he's
I?
like, follow me blindly.
Do we both need to know karate? Because I'm not that good. So anyway, I look at it like a win-win. Everybody wins.
So
in
what
this
do you
area.
need now?
No, I already
Fog machine.
I got it, but I'm going to tell you.
Oh, you did get it.
Yeah, tactical hat. He texted me.
Oh, he did.
Well, he texted me last night, and he's
Tactical hat, do not give him that fog machine.
and
No.
he said, "Hey, I got this fog machine." He sent me the picture.
How much?
How much? No, he's going to loan it to me.
I will give you $100 if you
no.
don't give it to Tom.
Well, first I didn't know it was tactical hat, and
Oh, my
because
God.
I didn't have his number saved, so it was just a random number. My numbers float
It's just
around.
a Rambo number.
I mean, the numbers on the.
No, it's just they're.
It's in everybody's BDM subscription account, and everybody can find my number easily. It's public information listed under TND Media. Oh yeah. Anyway, so I didn't know it was him, and I said yes, I'll take it. And then
I'll take it.
Tactical's like, it's me, Tactical Hat. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, now I really take it.
And then Because at first I offered him a straw hat, and he said, I already have a straw hat. I don't need
Right,
that.
everyone has
I
one
invented
now.
the straw hat.
Yeah. So anyway, so now I've set it up, so I'm going to go drive to his house on Thursday.
No, I'm getting it now because my new
No.
thing now is when
Ooh, you
listers
gotta beat 'em
offer
to it.
free
No,
things.
Yeah.
you don't want it.
When listers, of course I don't want it. But I just want you to
No,
not have fun.
no,
That's the new thing.
He's not gonna do that.
So I'll drive there fast, get it, give them the $100, and it's worth it to me. And then I'll send you a video. It's like, hey, here's Tactical's
Blowing
fog
fog
machine.
into your face.
Just fogging in the bathroom while I'm taking a dump.
You're bluffing. You're saying that now.
Oh, I'll do
After
it.
the show's done, you're not going
But
to care.
no, you know I'm just crazy enough to care. And you know out of anybody in the studio, there's only one person here that would ruin their own night with their family to ruin your night with your family, and that's me.
So I'm going to
It's a
explain
toxic friendship.
Oh, yeah.
what happens when I borrow one of these items or something from a listener, and I'll walk you through it. Right?
Okay, all
so
right.
this
Take
is
me
what's
through
going to
it.
happen. So
Okay.
I'm going to show up at Tactical Hat's house on Thursday. Right?
Okay.
I'm texting him like, "Hey, I'm on your way." I'll show up probably a good half hour to 45 minutes later
Than
I
you
set
said.
up because I tried to.
Right. And you'll be in the middle of dinner.
Yeah,
Right? Like, it'll be really awkwardly messy.
Yeah, because I told him what he wants to hear. Like, I'll just be leaving. I'm 45 minutes away. I'm like, I'm around the corner because I
but
told
then
him
30 more minutes after around the corner.
Yeah. So I show up late, inconvenience them.
And you Ubered there. Weird.
Wasted.
And then,
He's got a White Claw and a big blue cup.
and then there's some awkward exchange at first where I'm wearing a mask because I'm like, I don't know how, how safety conscious you are with
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
so I'm like, and then
But once you realize,
oh, then it's full.
Well, you check this. Everyone knows you check the sign in the yard. See if there is one. If there's one in the yard, then you know which way to play.
Yeah.
I
so,
do that.
So then I'm like,
You know,
elbow.
is this, what is this? A skip or a draw four scenario?
And then if I see they're comfortable with a handshake, I'll handshake. But then I'll be cognizant.
I hate that one when I go in for
got
the elbow
Corona
and then
hand.
they go in for the hand.
Yeah,
So
but-
then I go in
They
for the
grab
hand,
your elbow?
and then they go in for the elbow.
But then I don't want to sanitize my hand in front of the person because I feel like that'll hurt their
just
feelings.
stick it in your mouth. Swirl it around.
So I just I constantly tell myself like right Corona.
No, you put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
That's what I
Right.
do.
Or like my right hand Corona, but then I forget. I'll rub my face. I'm like, oh, God damn it. Anyway, then usually I'll walk into the garage or whatever
Let me see this thing.
the person has the
Then their
particular
wife
equipment.
and kid come out, and you're like, "Oh, hi there, little guy.
Yeah.
Hi there, I'm Tom."
Yeah. And then usually the wife is like, I see she's like giving a glance at the husband.
She's holding a gun behind her back.
Yeah, like, why did you let this guy come over here?
Yeah.
Why
During
is
dinner.
he here?
Yeah.
Is this the guy you listen to? Why he's here? He drove 45 minutes to borrow a fog machine.
Yeah,
I thought he was
that's
rich.
insane. Yeah.
like, why does he buy his own fog machine? This is absurd.
Yeah, why is he dressed like a dumb old man?
Like he came 30 minutes to borrow your old fog machine. This is the guy you listen to, the Tom from Tom and
Have you
Dan?
checked like Spirit Halloween and stuff around your house?
They got one, but it's not as good as this. And I actually
He
need
wants
two fog machines.
Two?
Oh, now it's two.
Yeah, because
now
one
it's
for
two.
each of the boys, so they don't get upset.
Well,
I almost cursed.
more fog than me.
I almost cursed.
the fog.
I got my lights yesterday, and I was setting up the lighting in the back, and I put a red light in the new playground.
This is
and I want-
hilarious to me because I am doing nothing. I swear to you, I'm doing nothing.
Me either.
And I want a fog to come out of the bottom, part of the playground, so it looks like a haunted house with the
All
red
right.
fog coming out.
Okay.
And then I want fog at the entrance with a strobe light, so you're walking into a foggy strobe light, mystical adventure.
It's the Foggy Strobe Light Show with your host for Swap Shop on the airwaves, Foggy Strobe Light. Take it away, Foggy.
Oh, I thought it was two.
No, you're Foggy Strobe Light.
I thought it was Foggy.
No,
and
I'm your
Strobe Light.
producer. It's Swap Shop. You're just
okay.
doing. You're just basically begging for stuff on the air. It's
okay.
the Foggy Strobe Light Show. Swap Shop. It's Foggy.
Pabone, make the branding for Foggy Strobe Light.
It's Swap Shop. It's Foggy. Hey, welcome to Swap Shop. This is Foggy. You're on the air.
So anyway, I'm in the garage. The wife is like, "Why is this guy here?" And like confused about why.
Well,
it
you're
drove
in the
so long
again middle of dinner
to get an old fog machine.
and you're interrupting. a little bit.
Yeah. And Tactical's like overly nice because he's like, a listener to the show, so he wants to be like,
and you do that thing, and you do
over accommodating, and then I get uncomfortable.
Well, you do that thing, and sometimes you do it here when you're leaving for the end of the day. You don't know how to say goodbye, so you say goodbye 100 times. You did it yesterday, where you're like, say little things, bye-bye, say a little thing, then I'll say a little thing, then you'll say a little thing, then I'll say a little thing.
You know why I do that? Because I feel like if I was like, bye, and I leave, then there's like, well, that's a D-head move.
I would be very mad.
So I feel like I'm like,
I would actually go out and be like, hey, you!
Do some small talk so they don't think you're a crazy robot. And then I'm like, hey, well, so what are you guys doing?
I know you would just walk out the door and not even say bye.
Yeah, but I know that how bad that looks and looks like I'm a crazy person.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, he goes and he gets that horrible robot bar. It's literally an egg, a date, and 2 nuts squished, and he eats it, and then he goes and he poops, and then he walks right for the door, and he forces himself to turn to me. It's hard, and he's like, bye.
No, but then
you don't want to say
small
bye.
talk. Yes, I do.
You're like,
I say bye, but then
you say weird things. You'll be like, we'll do good tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, we did good today. What's wrong with you? And you're like,
so here's where the bad part comes for the
this
listener.
Was good
This was best case scenario.
If I just took the fog machine and then got in my car and said, thank you so much, I'll bring it back later, that would be optimal for him and everybody involved.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is
Can you test it in front of me so I know I'm not taking something broken?
No, because I already assume it's broken, and this whole thing was a bad idea.
All for nothing.
I hope it is broken.
I already know everything I'm doing is a bad idea.
Tactical Hat, you're in the chat room right now. If it's not broken, please break it.
What I'll do is I'll start talking. And this is where
you'll start talking.
And this is where the uncomfortability comes for everybody involved, because I'll start talking nervously and start telling stories and tell what I'm doing, and because I think the person
likes fog, Gravedigger likes fog.
I think the
Off we
person
go.
that is loaning me this item wants to hear the stories as payment for this,
that's the worst payment I've ever heard of.
I'm giving you a fog machine. I did not check the box that said the girlfriend experience. I don't need you to give me the small talk. I'm here for the sex. Just give me the sex.
I don't want the cuddles.
Because I assume
no kissing.
It's a booty call.
No kissing. Put the dental dam in and let's do it.
Yeah, but that's because but then the experience, I'm like,
but they don't want that.
I'm robbing them of the experience.
Are you protecting them?
If they don't want it, it can't be robbing them.
But I think that they don't want me to just
Why
be
don't
thank you for
shield them from full time?
I'm not going to be like, hey, leave the fog machine at your doorstep. I'll just go get it.
I like that.
I do that to people all the time.
I tell people to do that. In fact, sometimes
rude.
I'm here and
it's
people
COVID. It's a pandemic.
Sometimes people are even before COVID.
Yeah,
people are coming by here, and Tom will notoriously do this because he'll know I'm editing here, and he'll be like, "Oh, hey, Stinky Bill's gonna come by with some bricks I need." I'm like, "Great, Stinky Bill's swinging by with bricks. Where the f am I gonna put bricks?" And it's usually this is
I told you never to mention Stinky Bill's bricks again.
He'll do this. He'll be
I made one mistake.
He'll call me or text me. He's like, "Hey, you're still at the studio?" I'm like, "Yeah. So you just left. Of course I am." You saw me.
He's in his truck.
And he's driving away, and he's like, "Hey, Stinky Steve, he's gonna come by. He's got a whole truckload of rotten couch cushions that I need." I'm like, "Oh, great, awesome." And then so some guy, and then he's like, "Can you coordinate with?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, so then what I do is I turn off all the lights real fast. Real fast. I turn off any lights. I pull the curtains tight. And then I just sit in here and I make sure my music's not very loud. And one time I effed up. I had my music pumping. I had Dr. Dre's The Chronic. They had just put it on Spotify. That's why I remember the day.
Stinky Bill heard that.
And he's knocking, and I'm like, I froze. And I'm like, don't answer. Just pretend like you're not here, because if you pretend you're not here, you're not here. But then he started, and then I could see him like walking. And then I went over there. He's like, "Oh, I thought somebody was here." I'm like, "Oh, you got me, Stinky Bill. Got me again."
So about 10 minutes into my stories, I start to then gauge whether the person's had enough fill.
But your gauge is off. Because they didn't want it in the first place.
Check them at 2 minutes. I mean, this isn't a crock pot
Straight
meal.
from the source, Tactical Hat says, I'll literally just be sitting in the garage drinking Claw. He could run in and run out like he stole it, and I wouldn't care.
He
So
says that, but I feel like...
Why do you think people are lying to you about what they want?
Can you imagine if I said this to my wife? I'm like, she says she doesn't want sex, but why don't I just go ahead and give her the old 1-2 skidoo? It doesn't work like that, man.
Yeah, but I think...
It's like when my daughter forces a strawberry on me. She's like, strawberry? I'm like, I don't want it. And she just keeps forcing it into my face. I'm like, I said no.
Yeah. I feel like if I just got it and be like, thank you, and then got in my car.
That's perfect. Hold on, do that again. I like what you did there.
Because then it's like, oh, well, that's you being rude.
Why
like,
couldn't you do this? Why couldn't
you even stop the chit chat?
Hey, how's family? Good? You good? Hey, man, thank you so much for loaning this to me. I'll see you later.
It's like when I dropped off Tony Mungiet.
I'm not saying
Tony Ray.
This is a Camping World scenario.
It's not Tony Moonjet.
Tony
Mongiet.
Mongiet?
It's Coney. I thought it was Coney Island Moonjet.
It's not Coney Moonjet. He changed his name.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Coney Moonjet.
So I gave him a ride home the last time he was on the Friday Free Show.
Why didn't he just take his Moonjet?
And then when I dropped him off, like, you feel obligated to like get out and like he did some backyard work and some stuff he wanted to show. I'm like, I got out. I looked at some landscaping he did. I walked around.
Oh no! If I'm dropping somebody off and they're like, "Hey, you want to see my landscape?" I'm like, "No,
no, you can't say that.
I'm dropping you off."
No,
I mean, you can.
Yeah, you can.
That's a D-head thing
no,
to do.
it's not.
Hey,
you got time
I did you a favor by dropping you off. I have to get home to my family now. Thanks.
You got time to come inside and see.
No, actually, I don't.
I was there
Maybe
until
next
dark.
time.
Oh my God.
What? I got there at light and it was dark when I left.
Oh my God!
Because but he wanted to show me.
Are you one of those people? If I invited you over and I never have in fact, I don't think I've ever had you over to my house in 15 years.
Yeah.
If
I won Super Bowl.
If I invited you to my house, you're one of those people where, like, me and my wife are in our pajamas and you're watching TV. And you're like, hey, what's your Wi-Fi password? I want to jump on the switch.
Yeah. I just, because I
mad
feel
mad.
like if I left, it would hurt your feelings.
You want to give me the full top.
Yeah, because I be like, this guy's rude. He's just like came here and left. I want to be entertaining. I'll bring something to the table. Tell you some stories.
A couple people chiming in from the chat room. Pig Tease Christine says, I got a crib and changing table from a BDM. The exchange took all of 5 minutes. I gave him some beer as a thank you, and that was that.
Yeah.
Brock
good.
Medium says that you are a Jehovah's Witness.
A lot of BDMs have had this experience. I've given away a lot of stuff.
Just leave my front door, sir.
And they show up, and then even the ones that want to, like, I remember the BDM that I gave my old playground set to. He came, and he looked like he was in a hurry, but I stood there and talked to him. He was in his car with it running.
Where's the
See,
fire?
now you're rude.
He's in his car with it running, and
we got time for 2 or 3-year-old Tom's great stories. Let me go get my book.
I told him about how I took that down, and then we started having mild, so what's going on?
All right, here's a new one. Let me tell you how I took down the satanic pedophile ring.
Pro tip to the listeners that either pick something up from Tom or are letting him borrow something. You have to tell him to stop. I have to do that in the office every day because he will repeat himself and talk in circles for 30 minutes before he gets to his point.
Well,
I mean, seen how long Sam Cargill was at my house. I mean, I'm not joking.
That's only because you thought it was
1
Sam,
hour.
your producer.
Sam was at my house for an hour, giving me a Nintendo Wii, all the Wii stuff.
Sometimes I hide from people. Sometimes people will be talking to me, and I'll just shut the door in their face. And
Even when I had something outside, I forgot that some BDM picked up. They text me. They're like, "Hey, I'm here picking up the stuff." I ran outside to
hey, you got time for a story?
to go talk to him.
I don't
because I felt like if I just said, oh, "Okay, thank you," and I never went outside, that they put everything in the car and wait for me to come out to like have an interaction.
But that sort of means that you have a really good opinion of yourself.
No, I don't, because I understand what you guys are saying.
But
I
you
don't think
it's valuable, or you wouldn't do it.
Yes, but I know it's not. But I think that they think it is.
What if they told you, okay, this is your worst nightmare then.
Yeah.
If, let's say I'm Johnny Listener, you're coming to get my my smoke machine, my fog machine.
Yeah.
You come in and I go, hey, before we start doing this, make this fast. I don't have any time for your stupid stories. They're the worst. I hate them. I get enough of you listening to you on the show. I don't need it now.
Okay,
so get this and get the hell off my
Tactical
property.
Hat's in the chat every day.
Yeah.
Like, he's heard enough.
What would you say to that? Would you be like, okay, dude, okay, what the hell, man?
He'd be stunned, I think.
I would think he...
Would you be like, well,
no.
He's saying it to you to make you feel... Yeah.
Would you go back to
you're
your
just saying
car
that.
and would you be
Here's
like,
a story.
I know you were just saying that in the garage, but I'll scream a story from my truck.
I do want to say, Frogging Molly in the chat says, LOL, you gave my fiance a poker chip and drunkenly yelled at him for wanting a story on the cruise, and all he did was say hello. People don't want stories.
I think you've convinced yourself people want the stories.
Absolutely.
And now you're like, you don't want a story from an old time fan? Well, F you. You're a drunk, crazy person.
Yeah.
I do not recall that.
I've never seen that. I can't vouch for that. I've never seen that. I like goofing on you.
I think I did that.
Yeah, I did too.
I was going to defend you.
And I think I drunkenly was trying to pull you out of the casino that night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Samantha was drunker than I was that night.
Yeah, you guys are a mess.
First night.
Oh, that was bad.
I was drunk mom yelling.
Leave it to my two little Indians getting drunk on the cruise.
In the casino.
Daniel was already back in his room sleeping.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Like a baby.
Yeah.
And then Samantha, I was like, oh.
I have to get back to my stateroom by 6:45 or my diaper turns into a pumpkin.
Samantha looked at me like, oh, nothing behind the eyes. Both of us, dead behind the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And then Tommy Gilligan walked us back to our room.
He's a good man.
I told him a story.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
He's heard the most stories.
And then, so...
Poor Tommy.
So I'll let you know how this interaction will go.
Okay.
It'll happen on Thursday. I'll tell you on the Friday.
Are you going to do a video walkthrough of the
Tactical Hat's house? Yes.
No.
He did just get those KFC logs that smells like fried chicken.
Yeah,
when you
I
burn
had a
them.
KFC log a couple of days ago. It was bad.
Yeah.
Sit around the fire and smell fried chicken with them.
Yeah, why don't you bring a change of
Marshmallows.
clothes? Why don't you stay the night?
Sleepover.
Yeah. Be like, hey, it's a long drive. Can I just
crash on
on the
let me
couch?
sleep in your bathtub.
No, what I mean? And then you have to go tell your wife, like, hey, what's the...
You know something like that's happened.
Oh, yeah.
Because Tactical Hat's nice enough to let me do it, but he
Yeah.
get in trouble from his wife after big time.
You know I bet's done it? Butler.
100%.
Butler looks like a guy who's like, hey, I'm a little messed up right now. Can I crash on your couch?
I've never slept over a listener's house as of yet. There's not been a scenario that's gotten to
the
that.
radio listener count?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Any listener.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I boofed
Earlier.
them. I was boofing them.
Well, that
Does that
doesn't count as sleeping.
What, yeah, what if I don't stay the full night?
That doesn't
No.
count.
Oh,
No, I'm not even saying like slept with a listener. I'm saying just like crashed at a listener's house.
Right.
And I say listener, not friend. That is a
Right,
listener.
right.
That
I mean,
was,
like
there was that one time I slept over at Manny Wetmouth's house.
Oh yeah.
It was wet. Humid.
Wet.
Whole room. I'm like, get a dehumidifier.
It's swamp in here.
God almighty.
No. Oh my!
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. So, people in the chat room were talking about bringing Burger King to Tactical Hat because he likes Burger King.
Yeah, and Tactical Hat is a person in our Twitch chat room.
Yeah.
If you don't know why we're yelling sometimes nonsense names, we have a chat room. We're live every day with video and audio. Just go to twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live. It is amazing.
Yeah, and so that reminds me, and you guys, I've told the story before, it was a while ago, when some listener, and this was a radio listener, so I talked about wanting a ping pong table when I first moved into my house because I had that. Remember, I had
How
that ping pong
long have you
room
been doing the ask and you shall receive bit?
since I started.
Yeah, like 20 years. That's awesome. I think
Almost
it's cool.
2003. I think it took me at least a couple months as
What's
Drunky the Bear
biggest
intern.
to TV, right? Flat screen? At the time, because it was an expensive
Or hot
TV.
tub.
Hot tub's
Oh,
pretty good.
yeah. I mean, I'd have to make
Sorry,
a list
I'm
of a
getting
bunch
you,
of
I'm getting
things.
you detracted.
I
We'll
mean,
work on that for another time.
borrowing wise. I mean, I've borrowed cars, RV. I got an RV for an entire weekend from BDM. That was pretty nice. He delivered it there and picked it up for
Do
me.
you boof in that?
Free. No, it didn't boof in it.
The boys were
You
in
didn't
it.
give him a straw hat for that?
Well, I wanted to. I think I mailed them some merch, but I may have. That was before Eric, maybe, or
Yeah.
before we had a good
There
system
was a
going.
time where Tom would borrow things and then promise people things, and then we'd forget to send the things out. So there's a good 200 to 500 people that have been like shorted their end of the bargain.
Yeah. That probably feel slighted and don't.
We lost a lot of listeners because of that.
Yeah. Probably hate me. Like they're like, this guy is a POS.
Yeah, he's a liar.
But just no, I did it by accident.
Yeah,
I guess it doesn't really matter.
That's a great name for your autobiography. The Accidental Liar.
It's like the guy that wasn't paying attention that crashes into your family, and he's like, I did it by accident. Be like, you're still
negligent.
You
still kill my family.
You have the business skills of that Italian captain who ran his cruise ship aground, killing everyone on board.
Not everybody. Only a couple people.
Just because he wanted to wave to his girlfriend and toot the horn.
He did flee.
That's immediately. He's running from the... they're like, get him!
He knew it wasn't going to sink. You ran aground. Like, how far is it going to sink? Yeah. You're touching the bottom.
That is the only thing about... That's the only good thing when they say we're run aground. It's like, well, ground is in there. So
we're not going to sink. Like, it's not going to go down like the Titanic. It's going to break in half and you're going to be on the top next to the propellers. Like, it's on the ground already. Yeah. The people at the bottom just stay at the top.
You know, they never told me if the Italian captain's girlfriend ever saw his wave. Like,
you're right. Like that's an important part of the story.
That is an important part. I know these people
did she see him do it?
I know that there's multiple lawsuits, and I know that the guy's career captain...
He's in jail.
Yeah, he's a goner.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I want to know if she was like on her cell phone, he's like, I see your head.
Oh, and then starts robbing.
I'll call you right the back. Uh-oh.
Anyway, so bringing Tactical Hat Burger King reminded me of the story of when I was asking who has a used ping pong table for sale.
You only ask for the nice stuff. Anybody got a used ping pong table? Hot tub heater.
I have to put this in a compartment because I can't live my life knowing I do these things.
Okay.
It's so embarrassing.
So at this,
you put it on paper.
It is
super trash.
Anybody got a waterlogged ping pong table?
You have an audio diary of it. I mean,
yeah, but I'll go back and listen to it. If I put it on paper, though, I'd be really
it'd be bad.
This is just magic in the air. Anyway, so I got an email from a person that said, "Hey, I got a ping pong table. It's in good condition. I don't use it anymore because we don't have the space. I'll give it to you." And then I said, "I'll buy it from you." He's like, "Don't worry."
And were you like, "Hell yeah"?
No, I went back and I said, "I'll buy it from you. I'm fine buying it. Like, tell me which one." He's like, "No, I've been a listener for a long time. You could have it.
Just promise me that in the future, if you make straw hats, you'll give me a straw hat."
I'll just give it to you. So anyway, I drove to some trailer park, and I don't know where, but it was far. It was like north of Popka or something.
My God, it's like 2 hours.
And so I drove there, and I go in there, and they gave me the address or whatever. This is probably 10 years ago, or maybe less, because I told the story in there 7-8 years ago. And I drove there, and I found the address, and I pull up, but before, because the person in the email, and this is just email correspondence, they didn't. They said I don't want any money, so I stopped at the gas station and bought a 6-pack of beer. Because I was like, whatever, at least I'll give the person, like, here, thank you for the ping pong table.
Sure.
You know, as a kind gesture.
I mean, according to her chats, her parents aren't home.
And I showed up at the house holding the 6-pack of, like, Bud Regular.
That bush looks like a ghillie suit.
And I knocked on the door, and I'm like, is Sean here? And because like an older, like a man, I was
Sean,
like, Sean?
My daughter, Sean, yeah, she's here.
Now, you gotta remember that I'm used to a certain demographic that listens to that radio show I used to be on, and the demographic was older, redneck guy.
Yeah.
I was like, I just said so what it was.
Right.
And then so when the older redneck guy answered the door, I was like, Sean? I thought it was him, the guy I've been talking to.
Sure.
And then he's like, Sean's my son. And then he's like, Sean. He did the move where he called. He's like, someone's here. And then
one of your Halo buddies is here.
Did he do the move where he looked down at the beer that you were holding?
You didn't look into his eyes to see it, did you?
At this point,
know.
I was frozen with the fear that...
Sean's my son. Is that the beer you're going to use to, loosen him up?
At that point, I had realized what happened, and then Sean was...
Is that your grooming beer?
a teenager. I don't know what age. He may have been over 18.
That does matter.
Yeah, but he was
19-year-old Sean's a good party buddy.
He was definitely a teen.
Not old enough to drink.
That was not old enough to drink. He
Right.
definitely was younger than 21, but maybe older than 18. Don't know.
Well, I can sit there. It
And
is
then-
not a crime to sit and drink a six-pack with a 19-year-old boy who's not drinking.
And then he's like, "Oh, it's in the carport." And then I said, "Okay, I'll go. I'll walk. I'll meet you on the other side." And I walked, and then I went back and I put the six-pack in my truck, and
Better
then
put some pants on.
and then him and his dad helped me load the ping pong table in the back of my truck.
You should have gave it to the dad.
I believe I may have offered it to him, but then I was like,
"You want this beer, Dad?"
I think I awkwardly
I'm
joked
not gay.
about bringing a six-pack to a teen, and we all had a good
Oh, you
laugh.
made an awkward joke
Yeah, because I was like, I didn't know that you were
Right,
young,
yeah.
and then I was like, I gotta go.
Honestly, I think it's better that you did mention it, because if you didn't say anything and just walked back and put the beer in the truck, that looks suspicious.
Yeah. So anyway, it was harmless.
Oh, so
but
I'm only getting the ping pong table. Well, that sucks. Beer's getting warm.
I
Gotta show you my ding dong table.
I will not bring alcohol as the gift to someone I don't know who I'm borrowing
Right,
from.
right.
It's actually glad I know how old he is. So yeah.
I hope
fine.
you pull up tonight and you go to the garage. You're holding
Thursday.
Mike's Hard Lemonade, and there's just a whole group of young kids having a birthday party, and they're like, "Fuck machines, fuck machines."
They're using it for the party. Oh man! I told you about the German guy that had demo skis that I bought for Crystal. That was a Craigslist.
How many of those have you ever gone to one where you didn't buy?
Huh?
Have you ever
you passed
gone
on the
like a
offer.
Craigslist? Because
No, I always take.
yeah, that's kind of, I was just
Too
thinking
awkward to
that.
leave because
Exactly.
I feel
you're the best at Craigslist because I can put anything on there. If
Oh,
you want
yes.
it, you're buying it.
No, okay. There was this scenario.
Christine does prove a point. You did bring alcohol as a gift for a preschool teacher. That is a thing that you did recently.
Oh, the
This
basket.
year.
Yeah, the basket. You
Yeah.
forgot about that. I
No,
can see in
you
your eyes.
shouldn't
You
have
didn't know
done
what we
that
were-
either.
You didn't
Shouldn't
know
have
what we were
done that
talking
She
about.
was over 21.
You went to a preschool and you brought alcohol, which I'm
That-
pretty sure is against the school ground rules.
That may have been true.
Okay.
I looked at it more of a church than a preschool, and they
Which is
have
weird.
wine in there and all types of.
Yeah. Jesus was pro alcohol.
I don't know if that's the thing anymore, but they got.
I think it's only in Catholic churches.
Oh yeah.
Well, we used
I
to do
love it.
communion.
Did you?
Yeah, it wasn't
We didn't.
wine.
We never did that when I was a kid. In
Yeah,
church.
Methodist, we always did
Yeah,
communion.
it's a Venn diagram of churches. So, there was the one time that I refused a hot tub, and it was the old the lady that had the pet possum that was
yeah.
blind, and they put it on the carpet
And a grub?
and they're feeding her grubs off the carpet like in her living room. And I went there because they.
You know you're only buying the finest hot tub.
This was like 05 before they had smartphones, so they had no way of texting me a picture of what the hot tub. They're like, I have a free hot tub if you want it. You have to get it out of there.
Right.
And then I showed up at the house, and this was a stereotype of like a lady that I feel bad, judging her or saying anything, but she looked like she should be standing on top of a barn summoning lightning.
That's the funniest description you've ever said. Because I can picture it.
Yeah, I can picture it. What is
Yeah.
that up there? What's that witch doing over there? Whoa, look, wow, look
I
at her
don't
go.
know, yeah.
That witch is
And
right.
she had a pet possum that was blind, and then she brought it out to show me and Crystal. Somehow I,
I mean,
brought Crystal along.
it fits the whole lightning thing,
Yeah,
too, the
yeah.
pet possum.
I think this was Crystal may have not learned her lesson by this time, and she would still come on my adventures.
Oh, on the adventures.
And then
I only had to go on one to learn my lesson.
and then the husband was severely handicapped, and like was
Butler probably prank called him.
and
That's
so,
an off-air joke.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
that's terrible.
it was apparent that nobody in this family was going to be able to help me lift
Right,
this
right.
hot tub out of here, and it was just me and Crystal.
Oh, the possum and the grub could.
And I went back, and where the hot tub was situated had lattice built all around it,
Yeah,
and
familiar.
vines.
Yeah,
and
all
Yeah.
hot tubs
Yeah.
have that weird
Yep.
lattice work.
It-
Which, by the way, my dad used to buy new lattice work and then put it up under our decking. He'd tack it in, and then he'd paint it, and it would last all of about 3 days. And then it would fall down again.
This had like mud daubers in every hole, and it had like probably 6 inches of black water in the bottom of it, you know what I'm saying, from it rained on. Like, it was just garbage. And then I went back, I was like, we're not going to be able to lift it out of there. So I was like, I'm going to come back with some more friends.
And you lied then. Why'd you lie? That lady's still waiting for you to come. Technically, that's your hot tub. Oh, my God. I hope she dies, and then they're trying to track you down.
I'm a bad person over that one, I admit, because now... Technically,
she
I didn't
died waiting for you to come get that Blackwater hot tub.
Technically, I didn't do anything bad to them. I just said, maybe I'll come back with some more friends. We can lift this.
Wait, your story's changing.
Did you say maybe, or did you say you were?
I'm not exactly sure.
What I said. You put him on the stand, this guy cracks.
But for sure,
you would be the worst witness.
For sure, I said that their possum was cool, and I do not believe that.
So I'm just gonna go back to my car and look through my phone and see hundreds of friends I have. Come help me. Definitely doing that. Definitely. You'll see me again. Guaranteed.
I'm sorry. Bye-bye. Back to your painting, Pat. Let's talk about it.
We got it. We got it. Did you drop this off at the studio, Pat?
Yeah, Sunday afternoon. I was at Tactical having a couple cocktails.
So he dropped off a canvas, and it was wrapped in traditional gallery-styled, like paper.
It's got like a brown deli paper.
Yeah, brown deli paper.
It was wrapped in his old sub paper.
It was wrapped in a Jimmy John. Wax.
Oil and vinegar.
And then I saw it sitting. I actually picked it up. I was the first one here on Monday.
You were, yeah.
And then I saw that there was a painting leaning against our door. And then I was like, a crazy person left us another piece of garbage. That's my.
He always
I'm not
says
saying.
that.
No, I don't know. I didn't look at it. I don't know.
Crazy garbage.
No.
You were just assuming.
I'm just talking. Yeah, I'm just joking, Pat. Anyway, so
you don't have to say that. He's not going to kill you.
I don't know, Pat's. He's so nice.
Out of any of the crazies, I don't think he's a killer.
No.
He'll just hold you down and fart in your face or something.
So I bring the painting inside, and then I didn't unwrap it.
You just set it in a chair like a piece of trash.
No, I didn't. Because I wanted. I don't know who it's to. I don't want to unwrap someone's gift. I did that with Samantha one time.
Yeah, you unwrapped her lingerie and started putting it on and running around the studio.
Someone sent Samantha a letter and then our P.O. box, and then I got the mail.
From her husband saying he loved her so much, and you stole it.
I just started auto-opening the mail, and then I auto-opened a letter just written to Samantha, no one else, and then I felt horrible.
You should.
You learned all my secrets.
And then I was like, why am I opening it?
But you kept it.
No,
I never got it back.
You read it every morning.
Anyway, so
we got this painting. Sam, do you want to do the honors of grabbing this?
Yes.
Butler brought it in.
I want to analyze this, Pat.
So on the back it says, thank you to everyone at Tom and Dan for always making me feel like one of the family. Love you all. At Cadillac Pat. And here we go. I brought him some stickers when I went to go see him at Brass Tap.
Why'd you read the nice note before we started analyzing the painting?
You softened us a little bit.
Yeah, because now you made me not want to go as hard.
Crapping on it.
Pat's my friend.
Oh,
you hung up on him?
No, I didn't hang up on him.
He comes back, he's driving here, he's like, I'm going to kill him.
Oh my God, let it be known I was the nice one.
He's smiling. I think we did lose him on Skype. Maybe he got
his connection's bad.
You think he got so sad? He's like,
might.
I'm not taking this.
This is abuse, guys.
No.
Where's my knives?
Emotional abuse.
Where's my stabbing knives?
No, I'm sure he's fine, dude. He likes the jokes.
Their blood will look great on my new canvas. Painting on it.
So as we wait for him to call back, let's analyze this.
Okay,
Tom's bringing it over.
So
he did incorporate the stickers I brought him.
So
which is weird because those stickers are for our promotion, not to be stuck to canvases. But okay,
I would say this is a like a 20-inch by 20-inch or something, or 18-inch by.
Did you hear that? He just filled out a hole.
So he put it on a nice canvas. It's like a wooden frame canvas.
Yeah, you got that from Michaels.
Yeah, that's a $10 Michaels or $5 Michaels canvas.
So it looks
they're not
like
cheap.
He took some red
I think he started with yellow. I think yellow's the
yellow.
base.
Okay, he took yellow, and then he painted the whole thing yellow, right?
Yeah.
So he wasted yellow paint because then he immediately painted red over top of the yellow.
Yeah, then he put red over the top, and then either used a pen or scratched the red off.
No, that's a pen. That's like a gold Sharpie paint pen.
So you used a gold Sharpie paint pen to do some swirlies around
Zizzle zazzles.
And I'm guessing before he did the swirlies, he put what is this? 6 Tom and Dan stickers.
Yeah, white, red,
Diagonal.
black, orange, blue, black.
In a straight diagonal from one side to the other, and then did some swirlies.
Now, a lot of people like this style of art. There's
abstract.
Well, there's a select group of even we have listeners that do a lot of people do this style.
Yeah.
You know, because there are a lot of people that have convinced themselves through severe mental problems that they're artists and they're not. So because anybody can buy a canvas, much like anyone can buy a ski boat. You know,
you're not a captain.
It's the same people.
If you call me Captain Tom, then you got to call Pat an artist. Or anybody.
It's Picasso and Blackbeard at that point.
So I've run into this with my sons because. No offense to Pat, but my sons could do this.
Yeah.
Like basically...
He's not even here to defend himself.
Almost.
Well, that's not my fault.
I mean, I'm not exaggerating. They can do exactly as good of a job as this.
If I bought the materials, and gave them to Max and Tommy...
And asked them to
duplicate.
Okay, that's a good one.
Dude, this is a great idea.
We could do this.
Dude, we are doing this.
I promise,
are you crazy? We're doing this.
I will film it on...
I will go buy that canvas at lunchtime.
On what is that? Not stop motion. But,
I will film this. I will video this on my, what is that? My flip cam.
When they build a stadium, it's a time
Thank you,
lapse.
Butler.
Oh my God! I didn't know what the
Finally,
hell.
somebody the older, young, like what is he? 1 year younger than me, Butler, and has the grasp of technology.
I will do that 100%. I will give them the paint and the stickers.
What do we need?
And 2 canvas,
red, yellow, a gold paint pen, and 6 stickers.
We have all the stickers.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
We might even have the
Maisie,
paint pen.
we can give it to Maisie too, and then
she'll kill it.
Well,
she's creative.
But her favorite thing is crafting. She has the paints and the stickers and the paint. Michael's Craft Store is her favorite place. She chooses it over a toy store any day of the week. It's her favorite place in the world.
Do we call Pat back, or is he coming to kill us, or what?
I think he's coming to kill us.
If he's coming to kill us, at least we have some time.
I mean, he's
Why do you think I want to run up to Michael's?
It would take all of us.
I think I'm safe because I went and hung out with him for a couple hours.
Yeah, but once
I
said nice things about his.
About it,
but
No, I
sometimes,
didn't.
Sometimes,
well, other than I wish he was dressed up.
It doesn't matter. Once you're in the murderous rage, it doesn't matter if you were kind to him or not. You're just into murder at that point. Your eyes are red.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who your victim is.
It's like when a
Could
shark
is
in a frenzy, his eyes roll back. He just bite crazy.
Yeah,
he
Vikings
doesn't know.
do that too.
He'll
The
bite
axe
others. Yeah.
Axing it all.
Yeah. It's like, I was your friend. It doesn't matter. He's into axing. So
that would be a funny novelty pen.
What?
That for the Vikings, it says, "Ax me about berserking."
No.
I like that. Butler,
get on that. We'll sell those to Vikings only.
I do. You bring up a good point about
Juan liked my pen. He said
artists. Okay.
Yeah.
So there.
No, it's mental illness, right? Like there are a lot of people that buy canvases and they paint in their off time, and they're like, "I'm a painter," and they're convinced they're like a painter.
Yep. Okay.
And there's musicians too. There are guys that will get on Facebook and perform. This is my version of John Mayer's "Your Body Is a Wonderland," and then they'll start playing, and they're like, "Your body is a wonderland," and it's horrible. And they're like, "I'm a musician, man.
You know what?
It's my love, it's my passion."
You know what art?
Do you have to be good at it?
No.
Does that make
you don't.
The problem is
it's
subjective,
right.
and that's
no. You don't have to be good at it.
That's what I hate about fun and art is that it's subjective. See, I wish everything was like gambling, right? Because there is a finite way to know if you're good or bad at it, and that's it. And if you're good at it, you win over 52.8% of the time, or whatever it is, rounded off to 53. If you can win 53% of your bets, you're a good gambler.
I mean, real talk.
Under that, bad gambler.
Real talk, I am a little worried about Pat not calling us back.
Me too.
Well, it's fine.
I mean, can we at least hang the art back up? So if here's my thought: if he kicks the door in
and
and
he sees it up,
oh, he's calling. If he sees that the art's hung up, it'll cool his rage.
Right.
Hold on, we got him back.
I've never even seen Pat get angry in my
No,
entire life.
I don't think he gets angry. Okay, he's back.
Pat, are you cool?
Yeah, my power went out and my Wi-Fi cut out.
No.
Power went
Pay your
out.
bill.
Oh my God! Did you cut it with one of your knives?
It's fancy Waterford Lakes. It shouldn't happen over here. You know?
Now-
I know. My God, call Mr. Tap.
Pat, full transparency, we were analyzing your art that you sent us, and
we're totally appreciative. Thank you, and we hung it up, and we love it.
Yeah. And we were kind of going through, and we were guessing. I don't know, but just a quick synopsis of our guess was yellow base, then red on top, then the stickers diagonal, then the swirly doos with the pen.
The zizzle zazzles.
All done. Am I close?
Yeah.
Is that about it?
Pretty close.
This
Okay.
is called 3 sips lime white claw. 3 sips.
And Pat, we were saying that we were going to show this to our kids and give them the art supplies.
Yeah, everything that you have.
And see if they can mimic
Duplicate
this.
it, yeah.
And if they can, we got a problem. because
We got a problem.
because if
then we have to legally change our kids' names to Cadillac Maze.
because if the best
Cadillac Tommy and Cadillac Max. Cadillac Max sounds pretty cool.
it does.
Caddy Max? That sounds like a rapper.
Yeah.
Yo, son, that's Caddy Max.
Yeah.
He runs with big boys.
Dude,
Crew.
Caddy Max is pretty good.
Caddy Max is from Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, better. I'm sorry, Pat, but it's better than Pat.
Yeah. Caddy
Uh,
Max is rolling with Daddy Fat Sacks.
Yeah.
So, Pat, are you
Gonna kill us, bro?
No, did you think that our children that are 5, 6, and 5 can replicate your artwork?
Well, I want, like less is more, Tom. Less is more. That was what I was going for with that one.
Okay.
It's a minimalist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So back to my wish art was like gambling. Because art is subjective and we've, as a society, like tried to get rid of bullying and do some things that better our society, which is I agree with. But the problem is sometimes you go too far and then you're like, well, you can't say something's bad because that's bad to you, but it could be good to someone else.
Don't yuck on someone's yum.
Yeah. And then,
Oh, by the way, Norm said he'd buy that painting for $20 right now.
All right.
he's lying. He's just trying to bully
Look at that.
me now.
Look at that. I'm making money.
That's a lie. He'll never do it. Donate $20 worth
Norm
of gems.
actually is very supportive of people.
Norm, throw the money in here and I'll give it to Pat.
I just, yeah. I mean, did
He
you see
signed it to us, though.
Did you see the?
Yeah, I'll bring the money to Pat. I'll run through Waterford Lakes. I'll get a beer and give him the 20.
I mean the art. He sent it to us specifically. He did this piece for us.
Yeah, but we told him we don't want it. We hate it. We told him we hate it. Right?
Tommy can make you one of these, Norm, and I mean he'll sell
Half
for
the price.
$10. That's what he got for one
You're
of his
undercutting
teeth.
Pat?
What, a piece of his body? That's what he got. If I tell him all you got to do is the yellow red swirly doos, and you get the same money as you got from a fairy that gave you a piece money for a piece of your
I thought
body.
that was a lot of money for a
Hell yeah.
tooth, man. $10. I was like, God damn.
Well, that's they're going right nowadays.
Is it?
Yeah. What are you going to give? Like $1?
I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
he's 5.
The answer is I don't know.
That's 1980s rates. Inflation, like $1 don't buy anything.
Yeah,
these
that-
days.
What is he buying? He's 5. Or
No,
6, or however old
well,
he
He's
is.
got to
well-
buy art supplies for he's going to...
He doesn't know the amount of money he has.
Yeah, no, I know,
Child.
but it's just $1 is nothing. He
doesn't know that?
I know no, he does know that because we're trying to teach him like, all right, you want to spend your money or do you want to save your money? If you want to spend it, we'll go to the store, you buy your stuff, you have no more money. It's like we're trying to teach him about money, and you go to the store with $1 and get nothing.
Dollar Tree.
At the Dollar Tree, they have like the good stuff is more than $1.
No, Dollar Tree, everything's $1 or
Dollar Tree,
less.
Everything's $1.
Thank you, Pat.
Well,
Pat knows.
yeah,
This is why we're
well.
best friends, Pat.
Then it's Garbage Tree.
Wow.
I'm just saying
And they
that.
sell steaks there.
Hey, we need to go back. We need to go back. I'm ready to go to Garbage Tree.
It's Garbage Tree.
Let's do it.
It is.
Write
There's
that down.
nothing
we're
that costs.
going back because I'm going to laugh and laugh. We'll just make fun of the whole thing.
I'm
During
not
a pandemic, so disrespectful.
I'm not trying to say that.
You're trying to say you're above it.
I'm not. No.
You're trying to say you're.
I'm just saying.
I went to Dollar Tree this past weekend.
I'm just saying that in the current world,
I
we
buy
live
my
in,
tampons at Dollar Tree.
You have to.
Ooh, those are
Everything that costs $1 is some Chinese plastic garbage.
So is everything for $10 at Target. So
I
what's
know.
The difference?
Listen,
Saves money.
All plastic garbage.
Well, this is just branding.
That's why I only buy wooden toys from creepy old men. That's all I buy.
So, Pat,
We gotta go.
Yeah. Sorry. We went too long. We're clowning here. We lost your.
We lost the Skype. We powered through. We didn't care.
So, you want to plug Brass Tap, Pat, or? I don't know why I said it like that.
I thought you were singing. So, do you want to brass tap pat every day of the week at the brass tap pat? What are you doing?
Yeah.
He's losing it.
What do you want to plug, Pat?
Oh my God!
We're at the end of it. That's what
Anger, my God.
That's what I assume these people are doing this
supposed
for.
to be Friday on a Thursday, man.
I don't know why they're doing it, but I assume it's because of the plugs.
Plug something, Pat.
All right. Well, this Sunday is our 4-year anniversary at Brass Tap, and I'm hosting an event there. I'm doing a succulent building event where you can come and build your own succulent and get it to take home with you in a cool little Goose Island beer cup that we're getting from Goose Island. Because I'm a green thumbman too. I got a green thumb.
Now you're into plants.
Yeah.
I am not a big fan of succulents. I'm sorry, Pat.
They're easy to grow. That's why.
Yeah, easy to take care of, too.
Yeah. It's like the if you were into juice and you liked Kool-Aid. It's like you like the worst juice, the sugar
I don't
one.
even think legally you can call it juice.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't think it is a juice. It's water at that point with like chemicals in it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what a succulent is to me. It's
man, you pissed off the entire chat room because apparently 100 people love succulents.
You guys you're a bunch of basic bitch plant people.
Oh my God.
Words.
Dude, you're aggro today.
Just get a Monstera and take care of that and tell me.
I don't know what that is.
Wait, do you have a
I'm
yeast
just
infection?
waiting for you to start yelling figgly fee or whatever that
Figgly fig.
Yeah, all this dumb baby garbage you talk
I
about.
was just saying, a succulent. Oh, you got a little cactus and a little bowl. You don't even have to water. Don't do nothing to it. Oh, you're a real botanist. I'm just saying. You got that.
Don't you have a top 5 list for us at the end of this show?
Oh my God!
I'll come kill you. I'm driving now.
All right, get out of here. I'm hanging up on you. Goodbye.
See you, Pat. That's my new thing. I want our listeners to be afraid that I'm going to kill them.
When did you start turning on all of your bets? Because like recently, business baby gone. He's gone.
No, he didn't call back. He had enough.
Because you bullied him. You said he sucked.
No, you said he sucked.
Yeah, but I always said he sucked. What you're doing?
I mean, maybe
It's
we
just
both...
in. Norm donated $20 for the painting.
No,
now you got to give it to him.
Well, now I feel kind of bad giving away Pat's painting.
Well, I don't. It's $20. I'm going to give the $20 to Pat.
Well, I think
Pat wanted the $20.
All right, Norm. Hey, Norm, when you come pick the painting up, can you come grab the...
Norm doesn't leave his house, so we're going to have to somehow get this to him.
Well, I'll have Pat drop it by.
Yeah. Come pick up the painting.
I'm an art broker now.
I'll give you Tactical Hat's address and grab that fog machine from...
Just swing it through here, but I'm going to be here masturbating, so the lights will be off. Just put it on the porch and knock. I'll get it. But I'm hiding from you because I'm scared of everyone.
All right. What he's gonna... Oh, bye-bye!